Hey, I can make that bigger. How much bigger? All right. Yeah, that works. I can make it bigger so I can actually see that window. Okay, we're doing a late night chat thing. It's 5:30 in the morning where I am, which is early, because I don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning anymore. I go to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. But, well, with the holidays, my sleep schedule's kind of screwed up, so I'll just stay up. Got plenty of coffee, got some smoke, got a bag of change. So maybe some people will show up. That's okay. We'll find out soon enough. Let's focus this camera in here. See, the Canadian pennies are a little bit thinner than the American cents. So to get your scope focused for an American, it'd be a little bit out of focus for Canadian. Because I'm in kind of close here. Well, there's Lemonhead. 230. It's 230 where Lemonhead penny is. 2009. But look at those. Who was it? Somebody just sold a bucket of these, $15 worth of them. Just picked out of, picked out of bags, picked out of rolls. You got 30 bucks and then some for $15 worth of pennies. All right, let's look at that. Okay, here's a stick. Mark Connor's here. Good morning. You still up or you just getting up? Because I got a jar of coffee. That's pretty good. Okay, somewhere along here we should have some doubled columns. I believe it's right in here is where we're looking. Right inside that one. A couple from his coat. So maybe it's this one. One of these should have some doubled columns is what we're looking for here. Yeah, I've been playing with my setup over here. Moved the that camera over to there. But now I got this overhead light. It's casting a terrific shadow on it. Where's that one? Here's the widescreen. So I get this horrible shadow right here. Well, what am I going to do? If I do a wide shot, I still get shadow. Well, either I move the whole thing into shadow or move it into the sun. But yeah, I think I'll probably have to put that back over to this side. There's Irish boy. Austin, how you been? We're just looking at stuff, farting around, seeing what's going on. Scope, scope, scope. There it is. Okay. So I don't see anything on these 2009 here. So anyway, the guy kept all these 2009 cents. Should that be there? Right in, should that be there? Anybody know? Now I'm going to pull out a 2009 and compare it. Alrighty. That's why it's good to have a good, a full collection, so you always have a sample you can pull out. DeCone, he's probably just getting, it's noon for him. What's happening? Let's see, I got some somewhere, I know it. Which box is it in? That's the trick. Nope, nope. That one? Nope. Must be. There's another one here, I know it. Where's the big one? Let me get that big. There it is. It's not that one. I gotta label these things, find out which is which. There must be another one somewhere. I got a 2009 proof somewhere. Well, we'll never find it here. Did I sell those 2009 proofs, Did I give them away or something? Well, I can't find them here. They have run off. All right, we'll keep that one and look at it later. Been searching a day and night. You get anything good for Christmas? New scope? New metal detector? Okay, we got some Canadians. Got the sack of pennies from, well, not a sack, a tin. After my mother passed away, she'd been saving her pennies for years. But I went through them, sorted them out, and I found a lot of Canadians in there. Which one are we on? Now, in the Canadians, keep an eye on the date. You're looking for a hang, right? Especially on the young heads. What that is, it's a clash, and it's her chin. Let me see if I can get that lifted up. Put it in the right spot. Not even close. Okay, but you're looking for this clash, which will be this shape, just like an L, and it'll be coming over from the left with my stick, right? Coming over from the left, and then down into the fourth digit. Just something to look out for. You don't see a whole lot of errors on Canadians. They get pretty good quality control, but they're low relief, so you don't get a whole lot of stress on the dies. But you do get some occasional cracks on occasion. Yeah, these are fine. Morning, Chris. How are you? Just looked at fourth one, and it has same mark. Okay, it's probably some capital dome thing. I guess I won't keep it. With my jar. There we go. I just dumped out my jar, so now it's in a bucket. That's the final destination for the stuff. If it makes it the bucket, the next stop is the bank. What do we got in here? 44, you want to look at that 9. If you got a big fat 9, but here the thickness all around is pretty uniform, right? You see the curl going down to the tail. The thickness is uniform. It's when the tail, say below that, yeah, draw a line from 4 to 4, from the bottoms of the 4s. If the tail of that 9 below that, the tail below the line between the 4s is fat, then you want to give that another look. Okay, we got anything going on here? You see with that? See if we got some dirt there. Is that something that needs serious attention? I think we just got some grind. That's it. Your toothpick is your best friend. Soft wood. You don't get those stiff, hard. Get the cheap toothpicks because they make it out of cheap wood and a softer wood. The expensive toothpicks are, you know, I think it's oak or maple or walnut or something. Did you look at 1971P? Yeah, I can't tell. Parts of the 71 look like double die number 1 on Variety Vista. I haven't looked at the CPG. It's back here in a pile, and it's going to stay in that pile. But other parts don't look like double die number 1. So what's it going to be? I don't know. Maybe it's the clarity of the coin. Where do I put these now? 1944. That's not awful. It goes in this bag. Oh, where'd that go? Yeah. I did something with all these wheats. That's my next thing. Bent up, attributing some cents. Outstanding. I think you sold. It may be. Stuff comes and goes. Every now and then I find something I should have sold. It's kind of neat when I come across it. Okay, large or small date, guys. What do you say? You should be able to tell just like that. Shields. Chris Rose does shields. Got my first 88D 1 cent large. 88D 1 cent large. There's no difference between. In 1988, it's all one size. I must have missed a letter or something. You mean an 82D large? No, I didn't mean to type. All right. That's an 82, and as far as we can tell, 82, you're looking for LIB. You're looking for the I and the B to be just so fat, they're almost touching. If you got that, you might have something. Okay, copper or zinc? Can we tell? Zinc. 88 with 89 reverse. Very nice. That's a good, figure 20 bucks on that. You know, in good shape. We'll get a die crack on this one. Okay, this goes back in a pile. I got a cup back here just for die cracks. Dakota, am I putting you to sleep? Or Z squared here? It's very weird. It shows signs of 01 and 02. Okay. Option 1, it's nothing. Option 2, it's one of those, 1 or 2. Option 3, and I'm going to guess 2 because I looked at 1, it didn't quite fit. But I didn't look at 2. Option 3, it's a new one. It's always possible that every now and then somebody comes across a new one. Jay Painter sent me a 72 double die, and it was clear. I mean, it was extra metal in there, but it was just a little bit above, just above the 7. I mean, that was it. Just a little piece right here, just a little kiss, and I couldn't match it up to anything. So I said, look, this is either this one, which doesn't make sense because this guy says it's MDD. You know, the coin should have master die beveling, but yours doesn't show it. Or it's something new. So we're tightening up and getting our act together for that. So we'll just go ahead and call it something new. I found an 86 that is DDO tonight. On these 80s, a lot of times what you're looking for is the side of the 8 is going to be fat, right? A lot of times they shifted kind of southeast in the direction of this toothpick. 84, right? Has one like that. 82. Let's see. Maybe 86. I don't know. I mean, I just looked at the darn thing, see what I can find. I don't memorize them. Nobody knows all of them. There are literally thousands of different double dies out there. Front, back, everything in between. Mark says, just getting up here, so you liked my ADP no FG. That was a $50? God, I'm so far behind on my email. It's not even funny. I still have not found another one. What if I should send it off? What's going on there? I know, one just looked at. That's up to you. It costs you $5. You know, you make a contribution to the hobby. Oh, it's a spot. Yeah. Oh, somebody sent me a coin the other day. And it's a spot. Just like that beside that 7. I mean, the color changes the whole bit. It's just a, you know, water spot. Not like that, but like, oh, like that. You can see these spots. Let's see if I can point to it. These spots. I mean, they almost look 3D, some of them. One over here. That's these rinse spots. And they're awful. They're everywhere. It's not a bad looking coin, really. Okay, I've got some marks all over them. What date is that? 07? Oh, let's look at the back. I plan on sending my number in. Why not get it verified? Why not? You can send it to Wexler. You can send it to me. You can send it to Wiles. You can send it to Dustin Morgan. Chris Rhodes. Everybody. This looks normal. Yes, you put it on your picks of catalog. Already? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah, the Kennedy. Yes. I don't have too many nonsense up there. Lots of nonsense, but not many that aren't sense. I sent you a picture of the 86 Facebook mess. Okay, so I'm not going to load up email right now because when I do, it kills the stream. Hey, what do you see? How's that look for you? Did we find something? Yes, we did. Now I'm going to have to load up a page and kill the stream. What are you seeing right off, guys? That's a perfect example of what I was talking about before. I'm going to draw 2 circles, right? I got a penny, so I'll just draw around the circle. That's a DDO. Watch this. Okay. Here's penny 1. The pen don't work. You buy the pen and the pen don't work. There. You're going to gouge through your paper to get the pen to work. You're going to go buy more paper. Okay, here's a circle. You love this. I'm going to go to the scope. Nope, screen. Nope. There. Okay, here's a circle. You can't see it, but it's there. Okay. Circle. Real easy. Now I'm going to draw another one. Same way with this penny. Just go around it. and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not an artist. Now, I should exaggerate it more. You get two circles side by side, shifted just a little bit. Looks like that. Okay? But what you're looking for is inside the circle. If I can get that to focus. It's right up here. Inside the circle, where the circles meet, you have cusps. It's not a round spot, it's a point, because the two circles are coming in on different axes. So when they meet, they're not radius. You know, they're off radius to each other, and you have a point instead of a loop. And that's what you can see quickly on a lot of these. Where to go? Right there, as you can see on that 0. In this case, it's up here to the left, around 11 o'clock. Right up there. I need a sharper. I need a sharper point. Also going to work on pictures. Working on a list of U.S.-Philippines issues for the list. Man, oh man. I know a guy does. He lives in the Philippines. He collects Filipino coins. Makes sense. They're all over the place over there. But he gets into the stuff that they threw into the Manila Bay. World War II, the Japanese are coming. So the banks in Manila took all the money and threw it in the bay. No fooling. Keep it away from the Japanese. Anyway, you know, 10 years later, they went out, they swam after it. Okay, the top of that too, you see the point? And you get another one down here, at but it's not as clear. And it's more of a tighter curl. But up here, that's a point. So that's a double. Let's look at RTY on that. Okay, you're wider on the left Y. Okay, where's my sharp edge? Okay, get the Y, if I can find that. Okay, the right side and the left side, real easy. See the difference in thickness from left to right? Next, I want to look at the bottoms. Oh, especially the T and the Y. Let's put some shade in there. See if we can change the way the light hits there. I can get a better angle. Those look pretty straight. Anybody want to look that up and see what you get? In God looks pretty normal. Alright. But that's a DDO, alright. That's what's in this bag. Also going to work on pictures. Man, if there was no end to the photos. What do we got here? 2013? DDO. That's good enough for me. And it's pretty good shape, too. Of course, it's fairly new. Be back later. All right, good luck, thank you. Anything in the back? You get a lot of these have a doubling on the front and on the back. And it makes sense because you're using the same equipment, right, to make the dies. These look pretty straight up. Check the eyes. See little feet? Yep. Check the feet on that side. They look the same. This is okay. Okay, we'll keep that one. Let's put something else out of there. Hit it with a lighter. Oh, the pan. I'm like 20 minutes behind your conversation. Yeah, we'll stick that up there. We found one. What's this next one? Keep on moving. 53. Looks pretty dull. Alright, let's look over here for a pie. Nothing there. In God looks good. Nothing in the head. Eyeball. Best. Nothing. So what's it doing here? Alright, I'll probably pull this out of circulation. Because I got a million of the darn things. EPU looks right. See the dots? They're nice and round. Bottoms of the U's are the same thickness as the tops of the U's. No, it doesn't quite look round. Let's go in a little closer. S is flat. I go running by a truck. Now some of these, a lot of the reverse on these, you have more doubling on the top than on the bottom, and you've got more on the right than on the left. So even if your left dot is good, you're still going to check that right dot. And if that looks a little distended, as this one does, Keep on looking. It could be squished. I mean, it doesn't take much to damage these. I mean, it's a dot. But take a look at those ears. And take a look at the tops of the letters here. And the bottoms here. We're looking pretty normal otherwise. Alright, nothing to see here. Yeah, in the bucket. There's so many buckets here, I don't know what to do. 6 people are showing up at 6 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. Half the people are going to work. The other half are just rolling over. I'm over here looking at pennies. What's wrong with me? What's going on here? Oh, we know what this is, don't we? Okay, 1987. And you get a ridge ring. Right? The die wears out. Now, it's the way it works with these zincs. It messes up the die because you get different hardness with the copper and the zinc. And the zinc is, that's the bulk of it. The copper is just a thin layer, but you get this ring that bores its way around the rim of the die. Yeah, this is just crap. That's all it is. That's why you have this bright and light and dark areas. You try to wiggle that up and down. There you go. And when it gets into IGWT, that ring, well, it starts to fill in with the letters. That's just die wear. I'm retired twice. All right. I recently retired. Well, I just kind of stopped working. Figured why bother. And that's working for me, let me tell you. I'm broke. But, geez, I ain't going to be anywhere ever. I really like that aspect. Stripping stealing knives for a dealer friend pays me in store credit. Stripping sterling? I bet you that's it. Lemonhead is typewriter impaired, but we don't hold that against her. Him or her. Or were you striping knives? Sterling. Okay, you were stealing. No, stripping. God, I don't know. I'm just going to get in trouble here. UPU looks pretty sound. Alright, look at the tips on those S's. Look at the tip on the R. There's nothing to see here. Look at the tip on the N. That looks okay. 87 is a quiet year. We're going to die crack, but it's fairly insubstantial here. Yeah. I collect them anyway, because that's how I roll. Yeah. That's all die chips. We got chips and cracks. There's a bunch of quarters. I don't know what this is. 2016 BU light flashes. God only knows what this is. There's some shiners in there. But this whole, I take this and I'll sort it out later into pennies and I'll put them in individual bags. But this is just cracks and chips. For the 100th time, him. Oh, okay. Him it is. What do we got here? That looks normal. Okay, what's the date without looking any further? I'm going to give that late 70s. All right, let's look at the tie. What do you say, about a 78? His name is Robert Paulson, 73. Okay. Oh, no, wait, Travis Martin. That was a different movie. What we got in here? 73s are so darn boring in the back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig. Not much going on here. The 70s were a quiet period. You know, except for 70, 71, and 72. Yeah, nothing here. Yeah, where's that other jar? See, I get this gathering of coins. I don't know what they are. That one was nothing. This one was nothing. There. I'll put the big jar up here. Maybe that'll help me out. 82. Oh, it's a 73. What we got next? We got a dime. 99. I'm way too close here. I go about halfway up on the scope, and that's just right. I can pick stuff out, and I can see more. Oh, I probably thought it was a cod. That's friggin' ruined, man. Anything going on here? No, this is wrecked. All right, and there you go. Another one. I just reach in, grab a coin, see what we got. That's pretty worn out. Okay, look at the flame. That says 60s. Did my $25 daily box of pennies. Daily? Oh, man. Now, are there specific dates that you'll save out and give them a harder look? Like, say, whams and cams and stuff. You know, the 95s, the double die, the 84, the 97 for the ears. Yeah. And you still get through the whole box in a day? Not one darn thing. How can that be? Move this out so I get a little space here. I mean, I've been skunked on boxes. That means it's all, you know, 2016s, 2017 Ps, but those I can sell at least. I've got whole boxes of nothing but 2016s. You can't do a darn thing with it. 2007, nobody cares about 2017s. So, you know, save back a few rolls because nobody else is. Now, that's ruined. Yeah. Everybody was so busy collecting up 1909 VDBs, they skipped the 14Ds. What do you see on this one? Happy Trails? I'll have to give that a look. 2014, no lightning, even numbers. You see what I'm seeing around the Liberty? These diagonal lines? Heard about the 17s. But that's what happened in 1914. They were saving the 1909 S's, the VDBs, you know, the SVDBs, which is why you have so many of those are in great shape. And 14D just got overlooked. I mean, it was decades before they realized, hey man, there ain't no nice ain't no nice 14Ds. No, I think it's just grain on the metal in this. I don't see a thing. My poor kids got me a bunch of customer rolls from the bank, all water damage. I'd be taking those right back. That's a shame. Every now and then you'll get skunked. What do you here? That's interesting. Let's take a look at that. I've had. I went to this one bank when I had the diner. It was a bank right up the road, and every day, every couple of days, usually, because I got to run to someplace else, I stop in, pick up $5 worth of pennies, because we're gonna use them up in the diner for sure anyway. You know, we'll go through a couple of bucks of them. But if I ever eventually get a day off, I can always, you know, get rid of all of those pennies, which is good because I need gas money. Because God knows I didn't make a dime on that diner. But for the longest time, this one particular bank, every roll looks like it came out of a toolbox. They were just screwed up, bent, busted, rotted, rusted, stained. You know, they got those gray, red-brown iron stains. You know, it's like an old rusted nail. I think that's damage. 2 parallel marks. And the spot on the bottom kind of almost completes a loop. That's what's going on there. Yep, I don't see a thing on that. I wish I knew half of what you've forgotten. Man, I wish I knew what I've forgotten, because I couldn't tell you what it is. No, you just stick with it. You pick up little things here and there. 45. Check the 9, check the 4, check the 5. You want a big fat tail of the 9. Again, draw a line from the bottom of the 4 and 5. Right? Which would be, let me try it with this. Ooh, a sharp edge. Okay, draw a line. Cross the 4 and the 5. All right, now on the 9, any parts below that line, if it's wider, and you'll probably see it because it's going to look like two tails. That's a keeper. And also on the 5, you want to see the right side of the loop. The right side of it should be, big, fat, a Hawaiian singer looking thing. There's not much going on here. Okay, nothing to see here, folks. For Christmas, I had to re-roll with all my stuff. That's okay. We had this one guy in apartment number 27, right? Young guy, cute wife, they got a new baby. He comes running over one day. Can you help me out? What's wrong? My canary died. Flush him. Oh, my daughter's going to be home in 2 hours. What do I do? You get 2 hours to get to the pet store. Get another canary. But they don't match. Molting season. They change their colors, baby. He tried it and it worked. He comes over later that night. Man, you saved my bacon. You saved me, man. That's ruined. Tell them they change their feathers. Yeah, kids believe anything. Matter of fact, I still have chewing gum that's been in my stomach since, 7 years ago. All right, what is this? Yeah, this is a bad roller on the zinc machine. They rolled this out the zinc planchet. Of course, the rollers wear down because zinc is kind of a rough metal anyway. And 82, 83, there are lots of troubles with these. And so you get this kind of activity. Looks like the floor on the deck of an aircraft carrier. Yeah, nothing there. I'll get a quilt from my sister. The two of them got together and made it. See, my little sister, she does the blocks, the designs on the quilt. My older sister, she does a long arm quilting. And then, that big machine, it's a sewing machine. I mean, the thing is 12 feet wide. So you can put the whole quilt in there and you just, roll it up on a roller. And it's big enough this arm comes out, and it sews like this. And she just, leads that thing around with the handlebars. She gets like $300 a quilt. I'm in the wrong business. Okay, sometimes on the roofs of these, not up there. Okay, that's the cornice. This is the ceiling. That's a roof right in there. That's the cornice. Sometimes in the ceilings of these, on one side you'll see doubling. Of course, this one you got so many of these zinc striations. It's gonna be almost impossible to tell with this little camera. This one has to be looked at. But I put the toothpick under it, just wiggle it up and forth, so it can change the way the light hits it, which is why you're seeing this motion. Yeah, that looks pretty normal. Nothing to see here, folks. 83, you want to check that 1 cent. That's the big one. That's a $100 penny. You find it double 1 cent. And it'll be clear. It's like go like this and stare at something. You know how the pictures just kind of move apart? That's what it's going to look like. All right. Not bad looking one. But I got better ones. Kids to be seen and not heard. Shut up, kid. Get off my lawn. That's right. It'll come in handy next week. Cold snap coming. The quilt. Oh man, I got like 3 blankets, a quilt, a sheet, 17 pillows. And I live in Florida, so I'm really not cold that often. If it is unbearably cold, I'll get in my truck and just, blow the engine out trying to stay warm. It's not a problem. Nothing there. And Canadians, you can melt them down. The U.S. no melt laws don't apply to Canada. So that's 2 cents. And I can melt that down in my garage and make like, an ingot. Except it's what, 80%, not 85? It's like 95. The copper is a little skewed compared to the United States American pennies here. What's going on there? Nothing? So I got to check that. But you can melt Canadian pennies all day long. My old man saved up enough Crown Royal whiskey bags and had some lady make a quilt out of it. Now imagine there's one here somewhere. Imagine be a nice soft quilt. Wow. That's a lot of work though. See, that's it. That's what it is, Lemon-Headed Petty. You talked about your old man before, so I figured you're talking about a husband. No, you're talking about your old man. Okay. Now I understand. That's nothing. All right. Yeah, hard to tell gender when all you see is text. What do you say? Anything? Looks perfectly normal from here. Check the head. A lot of these 2017s, you get a die crack, right? Coming through the W into the head. That looks all right. RTY. Perfect. Anything else? Trying to see above that 0. No, I'm not seeing clash marks. All right, next side. Now you know about this one, right? See the point, draw a line straight down, and you want to check out the in between this line. You've seen the DDRs on the memorial, you know, right beside the statue. You get those double columns. You'll see that same effect. You know, class 8 doubling right below the center. So check both sides. That's a good one to check. And check the initials. They look real good. These kind of jump out. I mean, they look blurry. What's that? Contact. And I check the feet at the eye. They're normal. And I look at the points on the S's. So, you know, I don't check every single thing on the coin, but I check enough points. So I got a pretty good coverage of the grid. Woo-house. No rainbow bumper sticker here. I got a friend from high school was gay. Well, actually, known him for years before then. And I don't care. I worked in restaurants for years. Because half the guys in restaurants are gay. You used to, we this one guy, Lucian, he said, "Oh, we're having a party down at Benjamin's. You got to come on down. We're gonna have a lingerie show." No, I think the last thing I want to see is this guy wearing ladies' lingerie. Well, anyway, we found out, you know, the beers are $1. Of course, we're gonna go. Buck of beer? Yeah. All right, we get the music going. Out comes Lucian. He's gorgeous, you know, in a freaky sort of way. It's like, dude, you're a dude. Yeah, he died a few months after that of AIDS. Poor fellow. I think he was 22, 23 years old. Man, that's a darn shame that early. Nothing there. Give yourself a chance. Is that a 2009 dime? I'm keeping that. You don't find these too often. I think that's what it's doing in this bag. I got a die chip in the head. I got a whole bunch of die chips here. All right. Anything in the face? Nothing on the face. Okay, a little bit on the nose. Some on the cheek, beside the eye. Bunches in the hair. And it's 2009. You don't see these much. I'm keeping it. Oh boy, I'm excited. Let's look at more. Come on. One on the chin, one on the lower lip, right here on the jaw. Ears clean. I got chips on the nose, chips under the eye, and on the eyebrow. Maybe one of the nose. I'll have to check it out. A whole bunch up here in the hair. Oh good. I'm going to have something to put it in. I don't have any dime tubes. I got a big chip on the torch, extra flame. Up at the bottom of the torch. Looks okay. Check the branches. All good. And some dye deterioration on the bottom. What's going on there with one? Well, I got a line, looks like it might be something, but I got this splash of doo-doo. So I'm going to say it's probably damage there. Well, I'll take a 2009. You don't get those all the time. Where's my twos? There. I got the fives, the fours, and the twos. 2-inch baggy. There. Because I get, you know, I can put a whole bunch of coins in here instead of spending 7 cents on a flip. Because these are like, you know, a penny a piece. And it's a 2009. Oh boy, oh boy. How many people have a 2009 out there? Hello, Chris. How are you doing this morning? Lee Hill has joined the group. Good to see you. We're just hanging out, talking coins, asking questions, drinking coffee, you know, getting our caffeine on. Just found a 2009 dime. I'm really happy. Oh, goosebumps. Look at the bumps. All right. Any more? What's this one? Well, that's 2 good pennies out of here so far, and that looks pretty normal. They got like $50 for bank rolls. How many bank rolls? About 100? That looks right. Check the head. Head's good. Eye's good. And what I do with the back, I run the routine. Check the initials. I go up the middle. Hit the ones. Hit the S's. Looks good. Bye-bye. 2015. I'm leaving for work in 20 minutes. And you are having a lecture. No, I'm just, this is the recitation. This is where we get together. See, a good class will have a lecture. That's coin class on Saturday. It'll have a lab, and we did that a couple of days ago. And a recitation where we, you know, talk back and forth. Ask, react, respond. Do a little show and tell sort of thing. That's awfully colorful. I've been missing a lot of your live stream, Peavey. I've been kind of busy the past few, well, you know, holidays and all. That's awfully soft. So I haven't been live streaming much beyond the regular shows. And of course, Friday, we went and raised hell. So I didn't have a live stream Friday for the Midnight Madness. This is all squished out. 1955. And look at the wear on, look at the dye deterioration here. So the big fat ridge ring. You know, the letters have wings going out to the ridge. There's no detail here. I mean, it's not worn. And it's red and brown. Man, that is just plain wore out. Let's look for cracks maybe. Here, I mean, you got great shape, but there's nothing. Yeah, that's a wore out penny right there. A wore out die. You can't even see the freaking stems. And they just kept, make another million. Make another million strikes. We can get more out of this. Not much left to it. All right. I'll keep that around for show and tell. What's the temp where you are? Inside it is 999. If I feel the slightest breeze on the back of my sensitive neck, I turn that button on the wall. I press it until it says 999. Because the light bill is the only bill I got. So, frig it, baby. You know, crank up another nuke plant. I felt a chill. Outside, I don't know, I'd have to look up the weather. Because it's easier for me to look the weather up on the computer than to turn my head and look out the window. But I think it's, you know, 50s and 60s all week. Not too bad. Geez, it was 84, 85 last Thursday. You know, crank open the doors. Just have fun. Yeah, we don't get that cold. We'll get about 2 weeks in January where it gets down to 20. Oh man, we suffer. We suffer hard. It's not like you do up north. We're real thin-blooded down here after, 15, what is it, 17, 18 years? 17. 18 years I've been down in Florida. I left Maine because the snow shoveling was so much easier down here. No, I don't like the cold. I mean, the heat sucks. There's no question about it. But the cold will shut you down. Oh, look. About 55? Good. I like it when it's 55. The heat's on, it's probably 75 in here. Because at 74, my sensitive neck says, dude, put on a shawl. Okay, see the big fat die crack right here? And it's a 55. Now it's a 56. All right. If it was a 55, I'd be looking for a poor man's. But I don't collect them. I don't sell them. I just put them right back in there, with it, whatever they need to go into. Now I'll keep this one because I'm going to document that big mess. And it's a worn die. You can tell from the crack. And this looks pretty normal over here. Check the stocks. Okay. What are we going to do with this? Chips and cracks can. What'd I do with it? Put it back. I'll keep that right up here. Yeah. Some of these die chips are valuable and some of them aren't. Oh, where the hell did I put that? I found a pooping horse. Did I tell you? That's probably in this one. Let's see. Nobody documents the darn things. And I think if they were documented, Nevada. There you go. SCHP001. A pooping horse. So I started to document the darn things. Giddy up. And it's not much, it's just a little poop. But they're both pooping. Okay, we got die chips. On the upper horse. Right down here in his lower leg. Clean yourself up there, Maverick. On this one, we'll get him on his back. He's got turd all over the place and a little bit in his tail. And down here in the letters, these are neat. We've got some filled letters. The E is almost completely filled in. I'll have to check that out. That looks normal. But the A and the E are interesting because they're incused letters, first off, and the die chips have filled them up. Plus, you get the pooping horse, and you get to say poop. I'm not sure YouTube will be upset. Yeah, there's one on the front as well. You see it on the corner of the bust, right in here. I tilt that, and you can see some extra detail. And you see the crack that runs out to here. So what the heck? We document it. Maybe somebody say, oh, I got one just like that. Or, oh, I've got to have that. How much? $100. Oh, good. He'll get a microscope. What kind? They're handy things, man. There's a lens cap on them. Right? This is the end of it. Okay. There's the camera. I take this off because if I take that off, I can get that much closer, and really, when I'm down here, that much closer gives me a whole lot more magnification. Try it out. But if this were in there, there's another cap that goes right on the cover. Make sure you take that off. Because with my old camera, I was 3 goddamn weeks before somebody said, did you take off the lens cap? What lens cap? There were no instruction with the darn thing. I had to make it up. Try that out. Probably from my brother's stuff, yeah. I've gone through the States and the ATBs. I still got to get the regulars. Yeah. But I got a pooping horse. There you go. So that's about up to there, just with the regular quarters. That's about half of what we had. So That'll keep me busy. I got a lot of extra metal in the hair and some extra ears, some minor double dyes, I guess. The kind of magnifies, oh, that's the best kind if it magnifies things. Oh, there's a new endoscope going around that's supposed to be pretty darn good. James Owens got one. Does pretty good on pictures. Still don't have a 2014 number 4. You know, with a lightning bolt inside the 4. Bob Brown's got like 50 of the darn things. It is so unfair. Here's hi-ho. We're just talking, chatting. A digital Calerin 1000x 8 LED 2 megapixel USB digital microscope endoscope magnifier camera set. You're gonna poke your eye out, kid. Seems to have everything. Check the middle. Nobody checks the middle, and they're out there. I'm loving this. What are you loving? Chat more. Hey ho. What do we got here? George. I'm going to show with oh, back in the 80s, I always had George Foreman. George Foreman, everything. He got 4 boys, named them all George. Okay, what's the year on this right off? Do you know the year on this? Give me a range on the year. What you got? Can you see what I'm pointing at? That's George's 6 to Gratcha Rex et und Imp. What's the year on that? See, in 1947, India became independent, and he stopped being the Imp. He was no longer the emperor or imperator of India. So that is a 47. Because of 48, they got it up. But, ooh, look. Have you seen that little thing? That's the maple leaf. There's a 1947 with a maple leaf and 1947 without the maple leaf. And with the maple leaf in really high grade, that's what you're looking for. Unfortunately, this one's worth about 10 cents. No matter. I got a 47 maple leaf. What you got? How am I going to put my eye out? I do it all the time when you go like this. Look, you can see inside your ear with this thing. You see a booger? Look at that. You can take some, I put bugs under this thing. It scares the hell out of me when it's a spider. God. But here's my finger. You know, cuticles look dry, but they're not. It's just the camera. Yeah. And they're trimmed, kind of dirty. What's that? Here's my knuckle. And you can zoom right in and see the skin and stuff. Oh God, that looks so gross. That's the way the light works. Do I look fat in this camera? Does this camera make me look fat? No, your big fat ass makes you look fat. 1939 has several DDOs. What am I doing with a 1939 in the bag here? Must have just come out. Silk and Mayo. That's probably what the little coloring is all about. Just because I soaked them too long. Unzip your pants first, Lee. That'll work. Okay, we're in decent shape here. It's a decent VF, but nothing more. I'll get a bunch of these, put them together, have a set. What's that doo-doo? Okay, soft crap or hard crap. Remember the stick? The stick is pretty handy. I mean, you get a stick and a toothpick. Look at this. It's like earwax or something was in there. That's soft doo-doo. All right. I mean, you got the kids. They got crayons to clean up the floor, you know. Throw the penny in with the crayons, and now you got crayon all over the penny. At least that's how it was at my house. But I'm not done playing with my crayons and pennies yet. There we go. Let me just tap that off. All right, yuck. Yeah, this one goes in the back pile. But like the 1930, that one, I'll stick it in my, oh, not quite $1 bag. That'll be good in the, you know, the pull-out bag. Not quite $1. This one's wrecked. 45D. All right, let's see. Draw the line from the bottom of the 4 and 5. Draw it over. All right, and look at the 9 below that line. If it's big and chubby, then you pull out Wexler. Well, draw the line somewhere around here. Anywhere between here and there. And just look at the bottom of that 9. Oh, let's see. That D begs looking at. Found a couple of double die. Nothing to write home about. One's real spotty. No, not double dice, RPMs. Nothing there. Nothing there. Eyeball looks good. Check the T's. All right. Leave the back. Good, good, good. Maybe. Bottom of that U looks thicker. Circle's kind of normal. I'm not feeling the love here. All right, out of here. Let's go. So Lee, you got the new camera, right? What the hell's this? Yeah, that's a good one. Lee got a new camera. Now they got the LEDs around there, but you change the light, the software eats it back up. Now watch this. All right, I'm going to add some light because I want to, you know, reduce the contrast around there. So I'll add more light. But watch the software, put it back to normal. Now reduce the light. Software is going to pretty much account for it. So some tricks to use when you're doing this. You can change the light, but bring in another light source from the side, for example. Sometimes that helps. Let's see. I put my coin on a little card. It's just a piece of foam board is all that is. I'm going to cut it. I got bigger ones. You know, this is when I have the sales and all the shows. I stack up the coins on these, you know, so I can move a whole bunch from here to there easily. You get the whole sheet, a couple feet by 3 feet, up at Walmart for, you know, $2, $3. But I put the coin on the card so I can slide the card around. I got my fingers not all over the coin. But watch this. I can put a toothpick over one edge and use that as a lever. So just a little, it's a multiplier is what it is because of the distance, right? I want to move it just a skosh. So I just move this a skosh. And watch what happens to that D. In particular, watch the top left serif. I'm going to zoom in because the lighting here doesn't want to show me that serif. Okay, well, it wants to show me today. But if I change the angle ever so slightly, that's going to bring that thing right out. And you can see a split serif. So that is a D over D over D, 51 S RPM 001. It's a peach. It's all spotty as hell. You know, I mean, the rest of the coin's ruined. Yes, it's paid for. We'll be here today. Good. But there's ways to use these cameras that, you know, give you a little extra benefit. I can pull off that, you know, that not only the lens cap, but the whole end piece of plastic, so I get a little closer. Okay, 53D, same thing, right? I'm gonna angle this because I want to see the bottom serif now. And if I can get the light right, I'm good. Now, sometimes as you angle it, right, the focus is focusing on a plane right here. So if I angle, part of that coin is above the plane and I lose focus. So if you do angle it, sometimes you need to refocus. So here it is at an angle. You know, readjust the focus in there. See that top split? All right, now if I lay it flat, it's out of focus. That's laid flat. If I raise it a little, I bring it into the plane of the focus. Now I'm going to do the same with the bottom serif. Now I've got to have some light as well. So you can do it. There's other tricks you can use. All right, give me a bright piece of paper. I can reflect light. Let me get that into the focus plane. There you go. I can put that. There you go. Can you see the? It's very, very subtle here, but I'm moving this in close, and it adds some reflection. And it kind of adds just enough light where you need it. But anyway, this is RPM number 27, stage D. But there's lots of ways you can learn how to use these things more effectively. And there it is. What was stage D? Stage D. Maybe stage C. I thought stage D had a buy error. Oh, here it is. There's a die chip somewhere up here. That's what it was. Of course, a couple of scratches. Now, when you zoom in, I mean, these scratches, you can't see these with your eye. Okay, you can see these with your eye, but the extreme magnification tends to amplify some of these details in particular spots. Okay, there we go. Watch this one. See the 53D? That big blotch between the 9 and the 5? Let's put it on the other camera. Let's see what the color is. Where are you? Screen. Wide. And this is tough to see. Because remember that shadow thing? I mean, really, it's kind of lustrous. But we're looking for a kind of a splotch between the 9 and 5. See, one camera is great for detail, but it doesn't carry the color over well. The other is good for color, but just getting the damn thing to focus is a miracle some days. Let's put it down here. Okay, there's the color of the darn thing, right? There's my finger. It's not as pasty white as usual. Put it under here. I can give you actually, oh, here we go. Let's have a standard color, right? An orange Skittle. You can get an orange Skittle where you live, and it'll be just as orange as this one, and a green one, and a yellow one. I ate all the blue ones. You know, that's how I roll. Okay, you can compare those colors. You compare them with what you have at home. And now I'm going to take that. You know what I can do? I can actually put different ones under this other camera. I'm going to have to dig out a green one. Green. Okay. Color. Look, we've got color standards now. All right. Under the scope, that's your yellow. Looks like the freaking sun. All right. Under the wide, you can see a little bit difference in color. I'm going to zoom out here. Looks like the freaking sun. There you go. Nobody puts Skittles under the microphone. Scope. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Okay, the widescreen orange. Okay, looks orange. Got a spot. And scope. Much deeper and richer color. Look at the green. Look how green that is. Man, I wish my grass was that green. The same green under the big one, kind of washed out, a little lighter, a little brighter. So one's good for detail, one's good for color. They still mark these with an S, or are we eating these Chinese imitation Skittles? I don't think that's a real S. That doesn't look like a mint mark S. Okay, that one's okay. That one's an acceptable S. All right. What's that look like? Looks like the 1954 sans serif. Yeah, that was a fake. I'm sure of it. I better get that out of there. But you got to play with those cameras. And you get more out of it. And here's that same penny again, close up, and you can hardly tell that thing's got some luster to it, but it does. What else is going on? Why did I stick this in this bag? Probably because of the luster. Decent shape. It's AU 53D. It's probably good for about what? 10 cents? Yeah. Somebody will like that. Put together a roll of shiners. What we got? We get a dime this time. Oh, no, that's a leaf. I got something going on in a good spot. Right up here, sometimes you got class 8 double die reverses. You're going to see some extra metal over here on the right. Between here and right about there. So I'm going to see what this is. Let me rub it real quick. See if there's any crayon in the way. Got a little bit extra metal beside that dot. That's actually kind of normal. Alright, that's the spot I want to see. And that's crap. Oh good. See, you just brush it lightly and all the crap goes away. Great. Nothing to see here, folks. It's search. Piles of it. 99. See the metal flow lines? That's a worn die. And a big fat die chip on his face. A wound up there. It's pretty normal over here. No cracks in the head. Alright, die chip. Put it in the bucket. See, I changed the shape and size of the OBS software so I can actually see the coin nowadays. 96, what are we looking for? Anybody? Let's look at the back and look inside. Oh, this is junk. 96, you got this guy, and you got some extra columns, which we ain't gonna see. So, never looked over a box of dimes. Oh, they're out there. I got a sack of them I gotta get through. I'm about to give them this big jug, $400 in there, about a half a box of everything. Well, I got the pennies picked out. I got the half the quarters looked at. Oh, just some dimes. I rolled up, I don't know, about 8 rolls. But I got a lot more to go, man. 53S. Nothing going on. But EPU looks good. Tips is good. No bugs. No runs, no errors. How's it look? It's decent. Alright. I'll put that in a roll. Get these I do a roll set, right? 50 different dates. Hey. This wants to be looked at, maybe. And no dogs, you know. This one might be okay. Got a little grime on it. And get a little spot on the rim. I looked at these. Now, this one would not qualify with that box there. I'm going to put together 50 different. Takes a little while, but I got plenty of pennies. And apparently plenty of time, too. And I sell them off. Well, I had 37 of them on a Midnight Madness show a couple of weeks ago. And one guy took 2, and the other guy took all the rest. $5 a piece. Ching. Thank you. You want to look at that 9. Alright, draw the line. And compare the thickness of that 9. But now I'm close. I want to look at that. That's more. Closer. That's about as close as I can get. What do you see? I see crap on top needs to be scrubbed off. That's where this thing comes in real handy. Just enough to see if there's loose debris. Yeah, you see that spot on the bottom disappear? There you go. I'm rubbing it, I mean, like this hard. I did not know that till just now, Penny. I didn't know Carson City made some dimes. Yeah, I had one a few months back. Sold it for like $12. I mean, you could tell it was a dime, but just. All right, there's my line. You see the bottoms of the 4s? And I'm going to look at this 9 over here. It's kind of wider than normal. But if I look at, this whole coin, I get a lot of dings and, marks and scuffs and squishes. And here's this bit. So I'm going to say that this is flattened. Just beat up and wore out and flattened out. I think that's the best I'm going to get. Right here in the rim. You can see that. But I mean, you get a lot of just chipped up and chopped up and jangled around. This is squished. Nothing to see here. Do we look at the back? Yep. Okay, what do you got? Looks fairly normal. 48S. Come about halfway. And I'm sure this came out of circulation because they've seen better days. I mean, it's not a bad shape. Those are bigger marks than they should be. Yeah, I'll send that away. Had your life? This one's had mine. 45F, sans serif mint mark. No change in the date. Eye looks good. Truss looks okay. No buy. Barely fine condition. On the back, this is shell casing. It's still 95% copper. Just the source of the copper is the only difference. What do you got here? Yeah, damage. That's a scratch. Nothing to see. Somebody new here? Hi-Ho Silver's here. Good morning. We're just talking, digesting all that holiday food. Where'd this come from? Oh, that's too bad. That's just a darn shame, huh? Okay. Where's the 26S? Let's have a look at it. And she's tired. Oh man, she got some marks. Yeah, that one in the head, you can see that from a... No, I cannot see that in plain sight. Pot, if I spend some time underground. Yeah, somebody needs a 26S out there and they'll pay $2 for it. All right, I gotta go in the dollar deal box. Semi-key. Not really. 26S's are overrated. There are a lot more of them out there than you'd expect. You can get it for $2-3. But everybody says, "Oh, that's a key date. That's a key." It's not. A 24D is a semi-key. They made a whole lot. They made half as many. 1926. Yes, and this one is just fouled. Look at that, pitted, corroded. Spent some time underground. It's barely fine condition. And that's only because you got weak reverses on a lot of these early 20s. Yeah. But it's a 26S. And I'll just have an SB of $1. Or sell it for $2. You can get them. They're out there. You don't have to spend, $10, $12. Take a look at the differences in the price guides. Red book, I'll tell you, this thing is, you know, $14. Where's the red book? Numerous will be more accurate. I'll tell you, you know, a 26S and fine is probably like $3 or $4. And this is one of those coins that have just a wide discrepancy in the values listed. Oh, let's see, 26S. Jesus. Very good, $10. Let me pull up my little cheat sheet over here. Yeah, you can watch if you like. You know, get yourself a, you know, make yourself a spreadsheet and get your own prices going. It ain't hard. What are you doing? There you go. Wheat, 26S. Very good. $2, right? Redbook says $10. Redbook is off by a factor of 4. What's going on? And this is 2 years old. That's a 2015. There we go. Oh, the Skittles are back. Yeah, but if you're looking for a neat one to sell and trade, 26S is a good one because a lot of people still pay $10 because they don't know. They look at the red book and that's what they have to work with. So you can get them for $2 and sell them for 10. You can do it all day long. I can pick them up for, you know, for cheap. But if you're taking them for 10 and they find out, they're going to say, hey, what? So don't screw people. Give them a fair price what they're getting. According to guess values. Good. I'm keeping a record of, you don't have BU rolls or roll prices, right? You see the coins for sale all the time. How much is a roll of 1926D? You know, circulated grade worth. What's a roll of 1909s go for? And you can get them for 80 cents a piece by the roll, 1909. And they're usually pretty good. Might be a couple in there that are clean. You know, 1912, 60 cents a piece. There we go. You know, you sell those for $1.25. I round it to $1. You know, you don't make a whole lot of money, but people get a decent deal. Or they think they're getting a decent deal. But those early teens, you know, get one decent for $1. Sure. This crap. This does not thrill me. Alrighty. The BU rolls, same thing. Track them. See how much they're selling for. 1955S. I get these all the time. Go through them. And I see these things selling for 40, 50 bucks. All the time. I pick them up for 18. If you record the prices that these things are getting, right? Get your own little system any way you like. You can track it, see how it's going, see when something is a good price, and pick it up there. You see when the price is, it's a little higher than what my records say. I'll go with it, baby, because it's probably higher than it should be. But when you see some at the right price, that's the time to snatch it. The only way you're gonna tell if it's a good price is you have a record of it. What you got here? What do you see? Let's see who gets this one. What is special about this coin? Here's a great one. This one gets saved. Why am I going to save this coin? Heck, I'm a cop and outside of work, I won't open carry. Nope, not the 9. Nope, no die crack. That's Lee Hill and Chris Hurley, you're out. This is a large S. 1941 has 2 mint mark sizes, a large S and a small s. This is the large one. About 9%, or maybe it's 11%, of all 1941 S's have the large S. So grab them. If you want a full set of Lincolns, you got to have both. Looks pretty good. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah. Flat, 100%. Well, that's a pretty proud MD. But anyway, it's the mint marks that keep her on here. 1940, so I wrote down 1941, large S, and MD. Great. MD neither detracts nor adds. The large S will help to sell it. Now, this might not add value, but it can help me get full value. However, being this is, you know, VF condition for a 41S, where'd it go? I've lost my zoom. Being the grade on this isn't much above circulate, it's VF. I'm really not going to get much of a value. But I throw that in, plus I'll throw in the 1941 large S. Now I got a deal. See the way that works? So let's say I have a 1926S for $2. It's kind of worn, but I'll throw in the 41S large S. I'll take it, they say. So that's how you make it work. Lots of good coins out there. Did I get it right, says Lee Hill? The S. Wait a minute, that wasn't there before. Somehow I missed it. Yeah, it's the S. The S is a large mark. See anything here? No. Yeah, you don't win anything. We're just babbling. Costs me more to ship it than it's worth. Nothing here. 53D. Is it decent? Yeah, it's decent. You can stick it in the box. Okay, get a 55 with a die chip in the 5. Nothing on the eyeball. No buy error. Skull is clear. That ain't much of a die chip. Nothing going on in the back that I can tell right off. Nothing great. Nothing right humble about. But I'll say because it's got a chip. Because I'm funny like that. Look at the zinc on this. Some of them, they're good, and then every now and then they just go to hell. Look at this. You know, the equipment wears out. That's what's going on. RTY is sound. Date looks right. Anything here? Let's come back at. Shiny though. Does that JFM need more attention? Double I? I didn't see it. I'm looking at the JFM. Should the M have an angle? That M is flat. This M is angled. Why is it angled? LB looks right. Nice and lean. LB looks right, nice and lean. All right, let's look at them together. That's the one with the angle. That's the one without the angle. How come? Is it important? Look at small JFM and large JFM. All right, now I gotta save that for some reason. See what's going on with that. How much does the device you're looking at, coins, cost? No brand. It was $35 shipped on Amazon, and the price have come down a lot. This is what you're looking at, right? I got a bag of Skittles on the cord. Okay, there you go. That's the whole thing. And you get the little dial here, so you can crank it up. Right, you can crank it down. The key with this is the vertical post. It keeps the camera perpendicular to the coin. Now, a lot of times you have these other ones that are, it's a different mount. I've got one behind me, actually. I want to use it. Okay, it's gone. No, I can see it right there. See that one? That's a different mount, right? And, well, geez, it's an infinite angle mount. It's all well and good, but it's hard to get the coin perpendicular. And what that does, if it's not perpendicular, one side of the coin's in focus, the other side is out of focus. So it's a wicked pain in the ass. And that thing's pretty darn handy. But, you know, it's 35 bucks delivered. Chris Hurley's got one. I bragged about it, and, well, people just started snatching them up. And they do a decent job. And they're easy to use. If you don't want to bother cranking it, I just take and drag the darn thing down where I want it. Does pretty well. You get the little focus on the front, and I just focus out with my finger. Slowly, and there it is. And I slide the card around. See that slide? Now, don't have to put my finger on the coin, but also I'm not sticking my finger under the lens, because some of these coins get pretty small. So I can play back here, and the coin's over there. That's handy. $27.89. I was a pioneer. I paid more. Get this cord out of the way. But it's a generic USB scope 1000X. Now this other one I had behind me, that was a 200X, and it was inferior. I mean, it was great for when I got it, but it wasn't quite good enough for what I needed. And I'm really getting to a point I'm gonna, you know, maybe I'll look at something bigger and better. But I'm looking at, you know, a couple of $100. Please, I missed the description. Generic 1000X USB scope, no name, you know, made in China. Takes a month to get here. That's a spot. I'm not gonna, do I have the box? I might have the box. Oh, there it is. Generic. There's no brand. It shows up on some software as a Lenovo EasyCam, and some other software shows up as a USB digital cam. There's no brand on the box. CE, of course, whatever, China Industries or some standard is all that is. But that's it. Yeah, they got Model 8, 500, 800, 1000 magnification, black, USB 3.0, Windows XP Vista and 7. That's it. And they're out there for 25 bucks. I need to pick one up and do a prize. Oh, where's my towel here? I've used this chair to such an extent there that the arms have just, they turn into bricks, right? It had the padding, but it's wore out. So I got you know, padding from the mail, and I just put that on there and wrap this towel around it to hold it in place. So it's getting time for another chair. Years ago, I had a recliner I got out of an empty apartment, and that was wonderful. Just sit back there. But now I got to use a desk, so the wheels are perfect. Yep, digital microscope, Clarin 1000X, 8 LED, 2 megapixel. What Lee Hill was describing is probably just right. Use a cat, strap them right on. I'm good. But these digital mics have gotten to a point that they're cheap and available. And as that leap in technology, you know, they just opened another plant in China just to make these. Everybody's getting them. So now we have a whole lot of people getting these USB scopes, and they're taking pictures and putting them on. This is a 1000X that I'm using. And what it's doing to the air and variety, especially the dye variety market and the hobby in general, is exploding it because everybody can use these things. They're inexpensive. They're available. You can have it in 2 weeks a lot of times. Nothing here. What's the date on that? 14. Bye-bye. And your cameras on your phones are getting just as good. My nephew's got one. He's not quite as good as this, but he can pick out a double die. And maybe not an RPM. 94. You look at the tails on the 4 or the 9s, and if they're, you know, fat, you're looking at about twice as thick as these. Check the ear. Angle it. Let's try it from this angle. What's that extra line down there? Why, it's his jaw. There's nothing here. That's a piece of lint. Nothing wrong with Abe. 94. You got to check these sides. You get a lot of double columns. There it is. And it'll be in the bays. All right? It'll be inside these last 2 or 3 bays. So this is where tilting it comes in real handy. It'll help show them up because a couple of them are pretty faint. But I do have a little die chip right here. So that's kind of called a hornet's nest. There's one variety with the extra bay. I mean, it's out here. It's like half an inch out here, outside the darn thing. DDR extra column on 1112. Mine's not it, but they're out there. But you see them inside the base, and there's one that's outside the bay. But check FG. A lot of times you have a DDO or DDR. This will jump right out at you. Hard to miss them. Check your dots. Remember the cusp I showed you? You know how 2 circles can come together and make a point on the inside? Same thing happens on these U's. So take a look at those. I mean, there's U's all over the place. This is the U-est place in the world. These look okay. All right, so why did I keep this? Why did I save this one out? Probably the die chip, I guess. We'll keep that. Haven't found that one yet. No. I was talking to a guy about it. Found one the next day. Dude, I've been looking for years. I don't have one. Squished flat. All right, we're going to look at that bookmark. Zoom it in. I'm not buying it. It don't look anything special to me. No split. That's the thing. I want to see a clear split. Looks regular otherwise. I ordered mine Saturday, and it'll be here today. No, 4 days. Gee, says your answer. How much was it, Lee? $27. Dave from Texas says, thank you for explaining things as if everybody is as clueless as I am. Dude, I'm just making it up as I go along. Keep it simple. You know, I started out. Of course, we didn't start out with this. This is, back in the day, I had one of these. And that was it. I had a magnifying glass from like the 40s. If I wanted to show somebody a coin, I had to take it to the coin shop or the coin show, because the guy at the coin shop was an ass. What do you want? Oh, I'm busy. He's reading a freaking paper. You old curmudgeon. Jeez, I thought it was Bob Brown on the shop. I swear to Christ. This is nothing. So I had to go to the coin show. Now they had a quarterly coin show every 3 months. The Downey's Coin Club would have a coin show down in where the hell was it? Searsport. You know, they had a gym or something they used. Well, if I was lucky, the guy I could show the coin to would be there that day. I had to wait in line because 10 other people had something to show them. And you get to him, so can you look at my coin? Yeah, I got time for one. I need time for one. So every 3 months I could show him this coin, and he said, oh no, that's, you know, that's no good. That's master die doubling. And then I have to go look that up. And in 3 months, if it was there, I could show him another one. Here you go. This is Matt. You get a 1972, right? And you see the loop in the top of that too. This is where's my point? That's the dead giveaway for me. When I see that little chip, that little flat shelf under that too, I'm going to say right away that that's MDD, master die doubling. Now the master hub makes a master die. Right? The master die makes a working hub. The working hub makes the working die. And then the working die makes the coins. So something like half of your 1972s, and this goes for 72D and S as well, will have that doubling. That's going to have that little chip, right, in the two. It's going to have a B kind of shifted, which is hard to tell here, but think of it as B on top of a B. And you can just see it in the inside loop of that B. All right, but here on the end, this is one of the places that really jumps out. It's like it's like an N on top of an N. If you can see this, see the little lines on the left side of the verticals, and a lot of these letters are going to have the same darn pattern. E, it stands out in the E quite well. Where's the E? And this is kind of junkied up, but on a good specimen, it'll look like 3 lines on the left and on the right of the top half of the E. But this is master die doubling, this one. Okay, nothing to see here, folks. But we'll go back to the I and the N. The N in particular makes it's probably the easiest to pick it out. If I can show that to you. See those extra lines? It's like an N on top of an N. You're not alone at Hi-Ho Silver, but I'm interested in this game at finding money in spare change, including dreaded pennies people hate. Oh, there's dreaded pennies out there. No question about it. There's one right there. No good. But some of these things are worth a few bucks. Those little not the double dice, those RPMs I showed you earlier, they're good for $1. We got here nothing, and nothing. All right, it's just a wheat penny. Let's look for cracks. See, I'm way down again. That's about right. If I can see a quarter of the penny on the screen, that's probably good enough to tell what's going on. But nothing will replace the loop. The loop is king. We don't hate Zeke pennies and butt coins. What's a butt coin? Is that what you call it from the, phones in your pocket, you call it? Missing nothing. 53 what? No. Go to the next wheat bag. What we got here? 53D. Well, I could pull out that other 53D, but you see the difference in the location of that mint mark? They used to punch these things in by hand. I mean, they got a piece of steel with a little letter D on the bottom, and they would hammer it onto the die. But if the guy was, partying the night before, right? Kind of shaky. Yeah, well, it'd move around. It's usually in the same area, but it moves around left and right, up and down. Not much going on here, but it's a decent looking coin. It ain't screwed up. I got buck coin from Clash. It could be just a junky coin. It's a butt. That looks normal. Okay, nothing in here, but it's decent. I'll keep that back here for a 50 set. And I got a bunch of rolls, so I got to mark no dogs. They're good coins, nothing screwed up, decent shape. But what do you do with a roll of 1946 D, circulated, no dogs? It's good for a couple, $3. This one's kind of screwed up. That looks normal. EPU looks pretty right. Yep. Okay. So the good wheats I saved, the lesser ones I'll give them away or something. I gotta start doing like a, grab a handful of stuff during the big show and just throw in some wheats. What the heck is this? It's plating of some kind. See it coming off right there, this piece? What is that? Huh. Probably sugar. Well, it's got crap all over it. Decent shape, but it's got crap all over it. And I got time to bother with it. Scratch. Scratch or crack. Scratch. Bye-bye. I don't have any silver. I have no silver eagles. I've been looking around. If I get 20 of the darn things at a time, I can save a couple of bucks, and it's worth it to try to promote the darn things and sell them. But I see them getting higher. Some of them, the fruits in particular. But for run-of-the-mill standard eagles, not too often you get them below 22 bucks. I'll grab a few. Nothing on that one. But lately I've been getting into older, different varieties, different different series. Because I'm doing the big show, and I find a good prize is a good mix of coins. Did a 3 cent or not a 3 cent, a half time this past week. I was going to get a 2018 Silver Eagle the other night, but I backed up before I purchased it. eBay or US Mint? I think they're giving them away at the Mint nowadays. Spotty. CSNTV. Consumer Shopping Network. Yeah, some of us have talked about that sort of thing. It could be done. That's actually how the Friday night Midnight Madness show got started. Let's try it. And I get some good weeks, and I get some kind of slow weeks. Well, Christmas has been here, so people are shopping differently. So the numbers have been a little bit off. But I figure I'd be back. But I didn't do a show this week because it was Christmas, and I went out to a party. Because, hey man, I don't ever leave the house. See anything here? Big fat spot. Big fat spot. You run the toothpick out across here, and if it kind of gives you a little stopping point, maybe it's a raised area. Nothing there. Lincoln Central, about time you showed up. We were just about to look at this 1958 D, and we were talking about you. So everybody stopped talking about Lincoln Central for a while. Yep. Get the coffee going. Smoking cigarettes, talking trash, looking at pennies, see what's going on. Because, I mean, there's nothing else going on at 7:12 in the morning. Look at die crack right across his head. See, this is the kind of thing I want to record. So you get a die crack right here. And a secondary going across at about a 30-degree angle. And this one comes across up here. Let's look at down here. Sometimes you'll find them down here, especially around BDB and just somewhere in this area. Looks all right. 58D. There's one of them nice 58D. Now, here's the thing. They got that 1982 small date D copper, and people are flipping out over it, right? I mean, they'll be spending weekends just weighing 1982 D Lincoln cents, and they still can't figure out which one's small and which one's large. But you get these 1958 D. Is that the one with the RPM? No, with the double die. It's worth $100,000, and they got just as many of these as they do with the copper 82 Ds. But nobody looks for these. Why? They just don't care? Is that it? Come on. Imagine how the 58D feels. Nobody cares about me, my needs, my feelings. This looks okay otherwise. It's a Philly? Alrighty. Well, we'll keep that one. It's a nice shiny one. It'll work in a 50 different set. 97. What do you want? Ears. You think 97? You think double ear. 97. Ear. First thing you go to. Ear. Automatic, right? He get his hair done. I think he got his hair done here. Ear looks normal. Like tilt this right. Yeah. The rest of the coin is just crap. Throw it out. The big DDO is Philly. Yeah, it's like $100,000. I mean, it's a bold one. It's a strong separation. 85. Who found the 85 DDO the other day? Who was that? Was that somebody here? Do you see that line here? What I'm trying to do is determine if that is a die clash. And I'm not seeing a darn thing. All right, move on. Nothing to see here. No cracks, no rips, no runs, no drips, no runs, no errors. That's what it looks like. A guy with a greaser the other day. This is what it looks like. Who had that greaser? This is what the FG looks like, and this is an 85. No. And I explained, everybody know what this mess is? Why this is gone? Philly what? Philly, 1958 Philly has a really bold double die number 1. I mean, it's like, it's like, go like this, right? And focus on something and let your eyes relax and everything splits across. You end up seeing 2 of everything. That's what that coin looks like. The vest, Chris Hurley has it right. The metal here is going into the vest, so it's not enough left to fill the letters. That's all. Hey, the sun's coming up, guys. All right, see any cusps? Cuspices? And you get to this point where the camera kind of warms up. It doesn't want to focus as easily. That's junk. Nothing here. We'll still look at the back. Oh, nobody flips their coins over. They send you the pickup by 69D, where the D is up on the date. I don't know. sometimes I just drop all the, all the emails and all the PMs and all the stuff, and I just look at pennies. But like this one, you see the S is right up on the 5. Remember, they did these things by hand, so they can move around. Where'd the pointy stick go? Nothing's moving. Not in there. I've lost it. Seriously, I need to keep a box up here. There we go. So this whole area, all right, you figure draw a triangle from below the 9 to, the center of the 5 and 3 to right about here. And if that mint mark's in that area, that's good enough. And a lot of times it's higher than it is lower. But I've seen them, down here, right? You'll find them over here in the vest. You'll find them halfway up into the letters, right? This one's kind of close. Yeah, but it's separate. Let's just touch this real light in here and see what's going on. Yeah, we'll get some loose crap. What's that? That's loose crap. Crud. Yeah. But the one down here that's, I think, the really interesting one. Nothing going on with this one. S looks good otherwise. Wednesday weeks tonight. So I'll probably have to get a nap and start digging stuff out. I'm going to brush that with my finger. What's going on with that? I took a hit on the top left of the S. Wednesday wheats. That's $1 an entry. Yeah. That's a little damage. What's going on in the center of that S? Nothing. And we'll have good stuff. I found 11 Fs I'd like to put in there today. Of course, if we go big, I'm ready for that too, baby. Don't worry about a thing. We got big coins. But right after Christmas, we're gonna have a big turnout. They're gonna spend a lot. We're gonna try. We'll see. I find the average, typically 5 or 10, seems to be the typical entry. You get a few smalls, you get a few bigs on occasion, but 5 to 10 is about right. So it's all about how many people show up to the show. So spread the word. Big. Okay, watch this. You got the die chip in the head. Let's look at the 5. We might have a die chip, or not a die chip, but a die crack. We probably got one down here on the bust. No, but when you get that one on the head, there it is. You check out their 5, and you have a poor man's double die. Let me see if I can clean that up just a bit. Let me just brush that around. This is not the double die that you'll see. It's the die deterioration. Let me change the angle here. And it looks like you have 2 5, but it's not really a doubled die. The die just plain wore out. The metal flows in, the metal flows out, and it's under pressure. And as that pressure and flow combined, that wears down the die. And it wears it down in the same pattern as the devices. So instead of having 1 5, it goes in, it scrapes its way out. You have 2 5s. That's all it is. You pull your boat up to shore on a sandy shoreline, what's going to happen? It's going to leave an imprint in the sand, shaped just like the boat. So that's kind of what's happening. It just wore out. Oh, 50G. Nothing happening there. Pretty simple. That looks good. Zoom back up. Get that to focus here. Well, got a lot of marks on that one. He's been around. Yeah. Throw that in the bucket. EPU looks good. Wheat ears look good. Just posted a 1909 to 1958 S collection. I'd like to see that. Those 58S's are expensive. With varieties and RPM for measly 700. For a measly 700. Wow. Good luck. I hope you get it. I mean, you can get a whole set. You got the SVDB in there? $700 for a 90 count set would be a pretty good price. Add another 51, so I'd want 141 pennies. And be, I consider a full. No 58S, okay. A 90 count set from 09 to 40 PD&S would include the SVDB. Yeah. And what? Let me check. Did that include the 22 plane? I don't think so. Yes, a 90 count would include the 22 no D. And so far I've seen one on eBay. The 89 would have the 1909 SVDB. Best price on an 89 count set that I see is $1,000. The average price that I see is $1,112.50. Why not? My best bid would be $675. But it's got to have the SVDB in there. Most of the value in the sets are in the top, 5 to 10 coins. No, but a MS68 BD. No shit. That's going to be top. Who graded it? NCG or a good one? RPM 10 to 15. I'd like to see the 10. Yeah, I spent a couple hours yesterday scouring eBay just looking at 1910s or 1910S's. I marked a few. What's going on there? Oh, let me kill this stream. See, that might be better. I had YouTube was playing. It's up on up. I'll take a look. I don't have it loaded right now, so I won't take a look. Because if I load a page while it's streaming, it really screws the pooch. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, look, 2009. Yeah, we'll see. But I got records because getting whole sets is a pretty good strategy for accumulation. You spend a couple of $100, you buy a set of Lincolns. You sell up the top, 4 or 5 coins. You get your money back. You get another 50 coins, and you do it again. And you just keep on doing it. So I got a stack of Lincolns back here. I got them all for the same $400, just turning it over and turning it over and turning it over. You get to a point you just can't get anymore. Because damn, what am I supposed to do with them now? All right, this one's missing the top of the capital, so it's probably more valuable. Anybody want it for $200? Where's Lincoln? Now check this out. You ready? This is one of the few Lincoln cents with no Lincoln on the back. How many other are there? Good Lord, it'd be the, oh, well, all the wheats. Okay, never mind. All right, what are the new Lincoln cents without Lincoln on the back? Okay, but the one guy, Brian Barry, he's got $15 of these, 1909s. He hasn't looked at them. He just stuffed them in a jar. And he put them up at auction, and the $15 in face value went for $30. These are worth more than melt. Save them. Because I keep looking at them. I can't help myself. Worth more than melt. Check that out. What do we got? Grunge. Holes. No good. And there were like 4 people bidding on that. Nothing there. Okay, I'm going to have to take a moment and run to the bathroom. So we're going to have intermission. Here, we're going to have Canadian intermission. I'll be back in a moment. Have your coffee? Yep. me look outside. It's 54 degrees. There. Okay, intermission's over. I'm looking now. It is 54 and not yet sunny. Any time now, any second now, here in northern Florida. Nothing here. Nothing there. Every year the crowns get bigger. It's the same damn crown she's had, you know, for 80 years. Keep redesigning the darn thing. Oh, that's the same one. There you go. Right? Okay, it's a different crown. That's not the one Victoria wore. This is more like Victoria's here. But even that one's different. I thought they had like the one crown. Came down from King James or something. No matter. Snow and ice today in Mississippi. God! Get out of Mississippi. Run for your life. Snow and ice. Hope we don't get that here. I don't even bother checking the weather report in the wintertime. Might be cold. Probably not. Chance of, you know, 85. Get that a wiggle here. And probably not going to rain. We get this dry season from November to about March. It doesn't rain. I mean, for 6 months, no rain. Hey, it's okay if you not grow anything. But winter, geez, that's a good time for things like collards and kale and broccoli. Dude, I gotta get some broccoli in. What month is this? Yeah, perfect time for broccoli. This is nothing great. It's kind of danged up. I'm in Florida. And we can grow stuff all year round down here. There's plenty of frost-tolerant plants. We did have one frost, and it looks like it killed off some grass. But it didn't get all the grass. Except my brother's house. Well, he deserved it. Yeah, I'm in Florida. I came down from Maine 18 years ago because the snow shoveling was so much easier. That's not a bad looking one, but got nothing else going for it. It's not screwed up. A clash? Nope. We'll keep that one aside. It's this one. We'll get a whole lot of wheats in this. All right, what's going on there? That's a haul. We know what that is. Okay, what do we got here, guys? When I finish the list for U.S. Philippines issue, I'll post it. We'd love to see it. Look at this thing. 1956. The color is not woody. It's that new woody, right? With the black, straight, parallel lines. It's a. Well, Ken Potter says it's a result of a exposure to a dipping solution. But check out the head. Lamination? That's what I'm saying. Well, that's a keeper. That's damn peculiar, though. And I'm going to call it a modern lamb because it's different from the traditional lambs, or modern wood. Lamb in the head. Save it up. When you go look at that post, make sure you look at 36 lamb. Take a look. Florida is one of the few states I've never been to. We got a frost maybe 3 times this year and maybe not next year. One year we got, I think, 6 frosts. I'm in northern Florida, down by, say, Ocala. If you get a frost, it's a miracle. They don't get them. Go down further south, it barely goes below 50. You know, Miami or Key West. I mean, Key West would be nice, but they get them hurricanes down there. The weather's good. You get 6 months of dry, 12 months of awesome, 2 weeks of kind of cool. You know, the summers are pretty brutal. First summer I was here, I didn't leave the house. God, just run that AC 24/7. Pay the bill because it's like a furnace outside. But you get used to it. Yeah, I can take it. I worked outside for many years. I was in Orlando, Florida for a week. I was going to try and meet up with you, but have coffee and lunch. If you was willing, that is. You was in Orlando, but I had much planned. I could not really find the time. Sorry, baby, I don't leave the house much. And anybody coming up that driveway is going to get a, you know, it's that cat. Going to get some buckshot thrown at him first. Yeah. But geez, I'd love to run into you. Where do you live, Lee? You're in Texas, you say? The cone is in Seattle area. That's nothing. Okay, not seeing it. 90 something. Bye-bye. I didn't check that from Wham. What was I thinking? Maybe I can still find it. No, heck with it. Look, some Skittles. Ain't there a huge coin show or some shit coming up? FUN, Florida United Numismatics. It's a big show down in sometimes Orlando, sometimes Miami. It's one of the big shows. Like you get out west, you get that the Long Beach show, the Fun show in Florida is like one of the top shows in the country. Never been, just too far to drive. I can find stuff on eBay pretty good. Change his YouTube name. I changed it to Ken instead of K. Maybe Kimberly will show up. I think she's hot. Got a bag of crack. Keep that. What's this one? What's this one? Good color in this. What do we got? 1944. Junk. Nothing to date. Nothing there. Nothing here. Nothing. It's in Orlando this year. It gets around. It'll probably be in Tampa. But it's usually in the southern half of the state. I suspect it may get as far north as Jackson on occasion. Don't know. But I mean, you got Miami. There's a lot of people in Miami. 95, what are we looking for? We're looking for a couple of different videos. One is very prominent. I need to move that copy before I replace all these coins. Now, there's a double dial burst on the 95 that's very similar to the 95D. And you'll find most of them on the Liberty and In God We Trust. How's this look? Looks pretty normal. All the way around. Alright. Nothing to see here. Let's check the back. Ken hates singing autographs. Oh, I hate singing autographs. I mean, why did they invent the things? It just doesn't make any sense. I hate signing autographs, so it avoids the big shows. No, if they really want me, they'll pay me. They'll invite me. It's like any, the fortune tellers. I mean, if they're really worth their salt, they'll call me if something's going on. I'll pay attention. Nothing on the 95. Die dot, middle of neck. You got to speak faster than that. Number 3. I missed it. It looked good to me. What's that color variant? A stain. 44 is good. Eyeball looks good. No, pretty mundane and screwed up here. See that? Bye-bye. Lincoln Central says, everyone please be here tonight. Is that tonight? God, someone's going to tell me, oh look, this is neat. Let me put that on the other scope, because the other scope picks up the color so well. What the hell is that? I don't want a Canadian. I want a regular penny. There you go. A 1934 cleft face variety. All right, let's get over there. Widescreen. Still works. All right. Color. You see this color here in the Skittles. I'll pick those down and put these up. Who here has been to high school? I got a plated 53. That pretty? All right, let's see what it looks like down here. Now, you get these plated coins, you can tell on the 43s if they're plated or not a couple of different ways. The first thing is, you know, it's like a mirror. That's a big giveaway. Second, you're going to have scratches, right? You're going to have scrapes. You're going to have stuff like this. Debris that was on the coin that is plated over. And that's usually the big giveaway. So you've got a 43 and it's really, really shiny. It's a good chance it's plated. So you take a look. And if the plate is shine and even, I mean, at every point, right, in and around scratches. Here's a die scratch. Or not a die scratch, here's a nick. Get some raise items. There's one right in there. Let's see if you can see the shine on that. That's a piece of clay or, you know, grime that got plated over. That's how you can tell. That's a kind of a neat thing. I sent you that. Did you? Yours must be somewhere else. Now, what do we got here? Under the N, under the T, to cone. You want to tell everybody what that is? Because you know what that is. You've seen it before. Good shape otherwise. Pluribus looks normal. Yep, you've seen this before. Same thing in the bottom of the B, bottom of the U. MD, yep, MD, 100%. You can pick that right out, but this is plated MD. Now I got a 43 regular one here somewhere. There's one. Put that side by side and see what we can tell. There's a 43. Right, now it's got a few spots. Not a problem. And there's the plated. Now can you see what's going on here? Let me back it out. I had to do just a video on plated coins. Okay, the first thing you can notice is on a regular coin, even though it's spotty, it's fairly uniform. No, it's not. It's not rust. It's milky spots. Let me show you. Wide. There you go. Well, that's what you're looking at in real life. The 43 is on the right. I can't move that too much because get that over. Get in the shade. There you go. You see the spots here are kind of light. Okay, but look at the reflectivity on the left one. How it's got a great shine, almost mirror-like. And the second one's a bit more saddening. Let's put it down here. There you go. And of course, those same white spots are now dark spots. But the fields here are satiny and uniform. Over here, they're splotchy and frigged up. The texture is altogether different. You look at the shoulder. I'm up too high. Let me try changing this light here. Okay, let's examine this close up. You see the detail on the shoulder, and look to the texture of the surface is what you're looking at. And you can see the coin is, you know, pretty much close on circulate. I would dare say it's there. You know, above the ear, I got nothing. On the cheek, I got nothing. Look down here at the shoulder and look at the way of the metal. It's the way it should be, except for that giant die crack, or two of them. All right, but over here, on this one, it's this massively reflective thing, and every surface, scratched or otherwise, still has that same shine. Now, if I take a nail and scrape that this coin, this 43, you're going to see a difference in the texture between inside the scrape and in the regular field. Whereas over here, inside the scrape is the same as the field. So that's kind of a giveaway. Now you got to look at the fine points, because if they plated it too much, a lot of times these are high school shop projects. If you plate them too much, there you go. You see that? See that little spot there, that little scratch, how it gains shine? It becomes more reflective. It's probably a staple. Right? And over here, it's as reflective. There's no change. Okay, now sometimes if they plate them too much, where could we go to look? Let's look in the beard detail. Or the... Oh, I know where to go. Let's look back here. Okay, let's look to the wheat ears, because you get these tiny little spaces. If they plate them too much, right, they leave it in the electrodes, it starts to fill. There you go. There's a perfect example I can show you here. Look at, you know, the regular wheat ears are finely separated and shit, but over here they're kind of filling in. The ends are kind of holding together. So a little bit too long, and it took on more of the chrome, because that's what this is. It's either zinc or chrome. And on that side, between the last two lines, picked up a little extra. So you can tell these things apart. You see the fields are, where's my pen? They're uniform. Over here, well, any surface feature that was already there was plated over. There you go. These are contact marks, these. And they're just as shiny as the rest of the coin. Well, if I have one here, it will be different than the rest of the coin. There you go. There's 3 contact marks in here. And you can see they don't shine the way the rest of the coin does. I mean, I got dark spots up here, the angle's right. But I can't get any of these to show a dark spot. But I cast a shadow into them. So there's ways to tell. You can just look at them, check the quality of the image. Yeah. There's a die crack right here as well. So I'll be keeping this out, not taking pictures. But I got a good one right up here. Nobody cares about die cracks because they're not documented. This one starts at the rim and continues all across the bust up to R. I mean, this is almost rim to rim. But it fades out right about here. There's another one down here somewhere. Oh, right above the EDB. And the third one goes from here up to about the 1. So this is a die that is starting to enter its final stages. I got my year 10. What's a year 10 certificate? I only went to 8th grade. Plated it was. Not a proof. That was a plated coin. Here it is. That's a regular old, steel plated or zinc plated steel, and that is the zinc plated copper or chrome plated, more likely. Yeah, they're a novelty. I'll keep that around, and I'll put that 43 away because that's going to stay right here for a little bit. Now, what do we got next? It is 7:48. We've been in there for 2 hours. 1934. Now, 34 was a good year. You want to check that date real good. Let me give that a quick wipe. A lot of the stuff will wipe pretty easily. So you easy to see this. Okay, 34, you're looking at doubling on the 9, 3, and the 4, real easy. But you also want to see down here, because if you got an extra 3 and 4, now you got something. So check these for sure, but check there. Now on the 34, it's going to end up, you get these swoops on the back of the letters, right? You're going to have a hook on the E. Now give me just a moment here. Where's that one book? 38. 32. 24. 20. 34. What the hell's 29? Alright, might be the other table. What's that one? 28. Ooh, it's your lucky day. Alright. Let's see how lucky. Now here's, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about for these swoops. 34. 34D. For some reason, I've been pretty lucky with the 34Ds, with the 34s. Okay. Maybe. 1934. See how thick and fat the 9 and 3 are in particular here? Now let's look at the letters. And you see these, the top of the E going, nope, kind of goes out that way, and the bottom of the E kind of goes that way. And same thing with the top of the B. It's got horns, it swoops, right? It's got these swoopy shapes. How's this one? This one's normal. Alright, that one's normal. Huh. I have to check that. That might be kind of thick, but it's not showing up well here. But this one is. Okay, big letters, especially the 9. Draw a line across that 4, right? And look at the bottom half of that 9. And that bottom half of that 9 is thicker. I mean, it's fat compared to the size of the top. But you go over here and you get these shapes. Back of the B. What am I doing? I'm working in very tight spots here. Okay, see the horn at the top kind of pointing outward? Horn at the bottom? And more of a wedge shape. Now look at the thickness of the I, the vertical part of the B, the vertical part of the E. Oh, the vertical part of the T. Big fatties. We'll come up and take a look at that E. And the bottom horizontal has kind of a hook on it. Kind of a prong. And them's your giveaways. And that's a, I don't know, BDO number 1 or 2 or something. See how thick the middle of the N is compared to the sides? So that's a, yeah, that's a DDO. And there's your 34. The 9's fat, the 3's fat. And this is the one we were looking at originally. Okay, that looks pretty normal. But when you hear me talk about the swoops, that's the swoops. Get the swoops. If you get a good case of the swoops, well, God love you, you got something. 4th form. I got no idea what that means, baby. 2 years short of finishing, kids can't leave now unless they have apprenticeship. Can't leave. You are the property of the state. Ah, apprenticeship, huh? So you get the apprenticeship, can be fired the next day and you're still out, or you have to report back to the, the principal's office. What do they do? Tie them to a chair? Yeah. I actually finished high school, which is probably good, because I didn't go to a class in college, but I know where every bar in town was. And I went to college. The drinking age was 19. I was 18. Well, after 6 months, the drinking age went to 21. Well, I could get into the bars at 18, It's no problem. He's 8, he's old, he's close enough. But at 21, you can't commit. Now in Vermont, because it was outside, we were just east of Albany, New York. Big technical college there. All the geeks. Anyway, it's 30 miles to Vermont. And in Vermont, it was still 19. Now in February, I became 19. So, you know, we just drive to Vermont, load up the car, drive back. And that worked for about a year. And then in Vermont, it became 21. But I joined a fraternity. We had all the beer we could stand anyway, so it really wasn't a problem. Okay, I don't want to lose those two. I'm going to put them back where they were. Yeah, we'll keep on going up right there. Not sure limited. What do they do? Tie them to chair. Oh, they threaten their parents. They control the kids by coercing the parents. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's zoom back out so we can see what's going on. The way we had it. There we go. Okay, 1956 D looks pretty good. Nothing wrong with it, nothing great with it. A little bit dye wear, a little dark spot. I call it acceptable. Damn, that sucks. Comes, kids. My grandmother, this is a, 80-year-old lady, 80 years old, about this tall, maybe, had an afro. Okay, it was really curly Irish red hair. She had no problem controlling us. None. How come she had no problem controlling two, well, let's face it, we were assholes, my brother and me. She had no problem controlling us. But you get this parents over here, takes both of them, they can't do anything with the kid. Do they not use sticks? Do they not have a belt in these homes? Were they afraid to beat the shit out of them kids? Because my grandmother certainly wasn't. Oh, by God, she beat the shit out of you. You can't hit an 80-year-old lady. You know what? She would beat the shit out of you. Let me tell you, you listened after that. Yes, ma'am. Look good? Yep. You want to control your kid? Well, try corporal punishment first. Maybe you don't beat the kid enough. Man, my mother had struggled to beat us, and she'd fumble. I think she hurt her wrist one time. My father, he hit you one time. Once, that's all it took. Let me tell you, you knew the old man meant business when he hit you once. He only needed to hit you one time. He'd leave a mark in your leg, right? I mean, it was white. It was a white handprint, but that deep. I mean, it had texture. And it was all red all the way around. And 3 hours later, the color would return. But he would hit you one time. And only one time. That's all he had to. I mean, you could hear that from a mile away. Whoosh! You knew it. Okay, I got something going on here. I can't quite tell. Seems to be more of a dye chip than anything else. Oh, but now they're going to spare the rod. What do you get? You get a spoiled child. I don't have any kids, so I am really good at child rearing theory. What do you see here? Anything? You can't hit kids now. And look at the generation we got, huh? I mean, I really worry about my future. If they're going to run this place. God. No. As soon as they turn 18, you just beat the shit out of them. I love beating my kids. Beat the kids, kick the dog. You got a peaceful household, I bet. Everybody knows their place. Except the neighbor's kids. What do you see? What do you make of this? don't know. Okay, we'll save that out. Shake it. Shake them. You start shaking them as soon as they're born. Right? You'll never have another trouble with that kid. They come out and just, you know, put them like in a, give birth and put that paint mixing machine right up under there. All right? Baby pops out, drops in the paint barrel, just shakes for like an hour. I mean, they shook the hell out of me, and I turned out pretty good. I'm self-employed, own my home. You know, mostly stay away from the law. 88. What are we looking for in 88s? Who wants to name it? No corporal punishment anymore. Pussies. Yeah. That's what's wrong with today's kids. Why they never get off my goddamn lawn. When we were growing up, we had this guy, we called him Captain Caveman, right? Because you know, he lived in a cave. He was covered in hair, and every now and then he'd eat one of us. And later we found out it was because he was really a bear. Huh. All right, nothing there. Swear, I can't. YouTube will shut me down. We had to demonetize you. You're in violation of the bullshit that we put out. What do you want to ask? Look at it. Who's that other one? Okay, here we go. Remember? Remember this one? Shut up, kids. And lousy kids. Okay, there you go. Large S, small s. Can you make that out now? Is this clear? Can you hear me now? That's the difference. Mint mark design. About 9 to 11% of the 41 S's have the large mint mark. And if you want a full set, you got to have them both. So 41 smalls you can get all the time. Keep the large. Did you see this one, Art? Yeah. We just found another 41S. So we'll put that large one right beside it, so you can see the difference in the mid-mark size. It's probably 50% larger. Okay, I'm putting that away. And we'll look at that small one now. And most of your RPMs in the 41Ss are on the small S. On the 28s, because 28 also has a large and small S. On the 1928Ss, all the RPMs and funny stuff is going on in the large S. Go figure that out. Name it. Let's look for color variants. Put that baby in a chokehold. Darn right. Now, my grandmother, you go out back and you get yourself a good switch. And make sure it's stiff enough that it isn't going to break, or you'll have to go get another one. And you bring that switch to me. Oh, you should talk like this. You're really talking in a high pitch. You get out back, you get a switch. Bring it to me. I just slobbered all over my penny there. Yeah, that's pretty minor, but it's a keeper. I don't see anything else going on. We'll put it back here. There. And Lincoln's on the back of this penny. Okay, what are we looking at? Well, he or she will know how to get out of a chokehold by the age of 3. That's right. It'll make them fighters. It'll make them strong. We haven't doing that, so all we have is a bunch of pussies. Any kids out there? Any kids in the audience today? Any pussies out in the audience today? Nothing here. Let's find some nice die chips. Now. Yeah, but the guy sold us nitro. The guy sold us nitro for 2 cents a piece. Unsearched. If you believe that. Well, apparently enough people believed it. 53. Look at the contact marks on this. That one bounced around for years. Get the focus back. A little weak on the strike. Nothing there. I went to pin at 18. I don't know what that means. Did we look at the other one, the FG? What's going on with the color here? No, real stripy. That's that zinc planchet. Check the FG. Looks normal. Yeah. Nothing to see here. Oh, prison. Have to be. It said it quiet. Prison. He went to prison for the killing of a man. I hope. He had it coming. What's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, what's that? Okay, do we get doo-doo there or not doo-doo? Get my pick. Right here. Is that doo-doo or... Oh, I'm feeling resistance. See that? I move the pick and I feel, bunk, some resistance. That's a die crack extending out to here with a big chip right in the middle. That's coming back. See this here? It is a retained cud. Oh boy. Yep, I'm getting a little bit of resistance right here. That's raised. That's a retained cud. Now, is there a cud to match? Can we see anything on this edge? Nope. Oh, that's neat. Look, we have a real error. Anybody else find a retained cud live on air? I don't think anybody's even looking. We got one. What else we got here? A lot of times you find one chip or one crack or one die break. Check it for more. Because a lot of times the same situations that led to that first issue can lead several here. See it's a worn die. That's why. I had a brim ridge all the way around the darn thing. A little weaker on this side, but it gets stronger. And over here it's a full-fledged ridge. So it's a deteriorating die. And that's why we have a retained cud. Now, if this fully broke off, then it would be a cud. So there may be cuds, and I'm sure there are, that resemble this, in which case this will be, an early stage of that. 1.1 million 9NN graffiti damage. You did $1.1 million in graffiti damage? Damn, you must have taken days of painting. You're out there with a roller or a sprayer or something. God. And that's effort, that is. What'd you paint, like the mayor's truck? I mean, we freaked up a Volkswagen back in the day. We did that. We did $2,000 damage. Yeah, we paid for it. Sure. What's on that end? We didn't figure out no $1 million cars. Yeah, we'd still be paying for that. No, that's a stain or discoloration. Yeah, see the larger discoloration around that? That ain't nothing. $1 million in damage. Man, you must have been smoked. Threw a mustache on the Mona Lisa. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll just piss off a lot of those artsies. You know, they're all millennials. That doesn't really count. Okay, let's write that one in. I'm not a big fan of art. I don't really understand art. I drew a picture. That's art, right? Okay, what the hell was this? 1987. Yep, 1987. And that's a retained cud burrs. That's an RCO. And a darn nice one. Trains, that doesn't count. You're allowed to paint trains. I think you need to, you know, revisit that case. Get your money back. $1 million. How do you damage a train? I mean, the steel on these, they're built like tanks. Nah, you didn't damage no train. What's this say? Oh. I didn't say, but I wrote the slip, but I didn't put the coin in. Shit. Maybe, well, I got a few coins right here. Now I'm going to save these and go through them again. Yeah. All right, make a little stack. Chaka. I don't know what chaka means. Totaled. How do you total a train? Drive it off the tracks? You can't do it with paint. Maybe you painted the tracks. Okay, got a die chip in the 9, and I get this big chew over here. Who wins? The big chew. This coin is nothing. Man, how many gallons of paint does it take to ruin? This train is ruined, some politician says. Maybe that's more of a subjective analysis. Would you get like an engineer to decide that? We did the math and this train is ruined. What is it? Is it coming off? I don't know what the hell that is. Because, you know, you can always talk to the engineer. They listen to reason. Here's how it works, baby. Your house is made out of wood. It'll burn to the ground with you in it. Now let's reconsider this this analysis. Because that's how the world works, baby. If you didn't try that with your attorney, well, start trying it with him first. And by God, he'll get on everybody like that. I have the 3 biggest trade depot. Oh, you must have screwed up like hundreds of trains. That's it. Yeah, you're on the ocean or coast or something. Okay, what do we got there? Clamp lines. Normal, 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 normal. I'll put the lines down the middle. Nothing here. Check that. I've already chucked it. It's already gone. Everything looked normal from this side. I'm going to leave it gone. Got some die chips on the leaves. Die chips on the bottom. Another one at the top. A lot of times you're going to find them on the branches. Right along the, this is oak. See how that looks like oak? And that's olives. See the olives? So I got a couple of die chips on that leaf. Possibly right here. I'm going to suspect that is, I'd have to use the loop. Right here, we got one there. Across the bottom of the torch there. And a crack right around it here. And let's see if we get an extension of that. I'm not seeing much extension. Okay, a little bit of a whirl over on this side, but that's pretty minor. A little one on this side. You get these in the dimes. Okay, you get a bit up here. That's going to be hard to see because these things shine so much. More on the upper leaves. Yeah. Let's look at his face. Yep. There you go. Dye chips all over the place. Hair. Hair looks pretty good. It looks okay. Let's look at the bottom of the neckline. Right along here. Usually not so bad. But we've got on the chin. We've got on the nose. Big teardrop. That's a pretty big teardrop. And that's a dye chip, so there's others out there. I was going to get a tattoo like that because I'd be so cool with that. The freaking FBI is here, you freaking moron. Right now? Come on, baby. Come on. I'm ready for you. You ain't getting up this driveway. Bring your warrant. Bring your dogs. I'll shoot every damn one of you. Alright, that's a dye chip. We'll keep that. Eyebrow too. They're up there. Ooh, look at. Now I've seen these sell on eBay for 37 to 40 cents a piece in volume. Right, now I told you they Barry had the the 2009s. He sold those for 2 cents. Kind of neat. I've seen 76 quarters go for 37 to 40 cents a piece. Now just one or two ain't gonna do it. You need a bunch. And I'm guessing it was sold to somebody's put it together, you know, folders, full folders. This one maybe not so because it's freaking ruined. I'm gonna do this to the FBI when they get here. Yeah, that was just scrapped. But keep your bicentennials. I mean, if you're going through boxes and boxes, you're gonna find those. Where's a quarter bag there? But they're common. What do they make? 1.2 million. What the heck is this? Oh shit! It doesn't have any cash value. Oh. God. I think it's a Chuck E. Cheese token. I never went back to jail again after that. Ruined. No. Hair. It's not my hair. It's probably my brother's. That must be it. 1950. Looks good, looks good. Clean, decent, sharp. Die crack on the left. Let's look at that D a little more. There you go. All right. And you got bugs in the wheat. Does it reconnect? Nope. Comes in off the rim and stays in. But it probably was trying to head back eventually. Hey, Misfit. We're just goofing off, talking, telling jokes. You know, remember this is an anecdote-rich environment. He looks good. We'll keep that one around. Because I haven't been doing live streams with everything going on the past week or so. So it's time to get back into it. Here I am. Actually, if I can get like another 5,000 or 6,000 views by the 12th, I might just get paid. And that'll be a real feather in my cap. I'd be happy to have that feather. All right, we got a die crack in the head. All right, it's free from the rim. The dye deterioration, you can see it on the tops of the letters, the little horns, you know, like little horns, like the devil on the E and the T. Okay, the die crack is fairly substantial, but nothing to write home about. Date looks normal. We got one at the top, we got none down bottom. Nothing in validity. Sounds great. Got my coffee and cigs. I'm trying to smoke, but geez, I just running my mouth so much. I need one of those. You know how if I smoke more, I'll have two things. I'll have the little device, you know, and you talk like this, and I'll have a hole in my throat. And do you ever see that movie where the guy sucks it through that'd be the way I need to do it. And talking like this would be cool. That's a die chip. That was a die chip. What do you got here? What do we got here? Oh, big fat land. Sometimes you gotta zoom out to get these errors and varieties and stuff. This one, I gotta zoom out. Okay, let's suspect it first because I got some score lines here. Alright, fingers, there it is. See these scrapes up here? When I see damage, those are pretty minor. And I want to suspect anything I see on that coin, including these. Okay, are these marks related to these marks? I got two up here and this longer. That seems to be pretty darn shallow. Yeah, but these are in there. They're a little bigger. They don't look to have the same characteristics, and this looks to be a lamination. Let's look at the color. Color's good. I bet you I could buff this out. Yeah, there it is. That'll come off with a wipe. You get a film on these. People handle them with their fingers. Hot glue. Stop, smoke, and buy coins. I'm going to smoke twice as much. So when I go buy coins, right, I can go in the store and say, do you have any Indian cents? I need them Morgan dollars. Thank you very much. That's a keeper. 1956 lamination. Some people like those things. They don't really strike me as all that great and groovy, but I've seen some nice ones. Yup. Look at when half the coin is missing, I pay attention. Sodomy. I don't know what you're talking about. I must be an answer to something before. 3 meals a day, bed to sleep in, but sodomy. Oh, prison. Oh, that's right. Let me tell you, you go to prison, you got a voice box, they're going to leave you alone. Why do I have this one out? What's this one doing in the box? Any clashes? Maybe. Disgusting. What's that, the sodomy? Or the smoking? I don't know why this is here. It's got no chips. It's unremarkable. Data's unimportant. Bye-bye. Turn it back. I smoke just to look cool. Because, I mean, look how cool I look. Anything here? I don't think there's anything here. Look at the back. Now, I think, I saved this because I saved my 58s. All right, we spend that one. Coffee time. You want to be the giver, not the taker. I want to be the warden. There we go. Yeah, we'll look at a couple more. They're probably going to take a nap so I can get up in time for the big show tonight. All right, what do we got? Looks normal to me. How's RTY look? just fine. I don't do whisker bun on my junk. How can you look at a guy's hairy ass and say, I gotta have that? It just doesn't work. Get over here, bitch. You want my property? Another one. I'm thinking this is looking good. Maybe. You have a 1931 S for sale. I got 2 of them. What do you like? What has he stepped in here? Oh, that's normal. Oh, let's see the fingers. Am I picking up anything in the middle? I gotta look at it. Yeah, it's kind of a light rise, but I can't tell. There seems to be a light raised area in between the finger and thumb. Now, is that a DDR? Because I've got a raised area here, which I bet if I touch it, leave an impression. Maybe. Any more raised areas? What's that? Nothing. Okay, we got a couple of zinc plating issues here, including that one, which is more substantial. So is this in between the fingers? I mean, it looks like a dot. I'll keep it. What grade is your SVDB, Misfit? Found everyone but that. Need to buy one to complete my dance go. That one maybe? Maybe this one. Nope. You think I'd write something on these boxes? I need to write what's in the darn boxes. Alright, 1909, 1911, 10. There's a dime. I don't know anything about it. I sold all those. It might be in the other box. What's that one? What's this? Oh. In here. Where did that go? Is that it? There they are. I was looking for these. See? I've not sold these. Look how shiny that is. Yeah. So I wanted to look at the top of this to see if there was, where was that spot we were looking at before? Was it at the top line or the next level down? We had one of these with a bit of a spot right around the center, either up here or right there. It's not showing up on this, that's for sure. Huh, I'll have to dig that back out in the center. It's not on the proof. But the fact that I found the proofs Means that 31 is probably here too. What's that one? Alrighty. Why are these all backwards? Every one of them is backwards. This is so unfair. Ooh, here's some candy for you. Like candy? That's candy. Candy's a dandy. Isn't she pretty? I'll look at that for a second. Let's find this 31 here. 1858, 28, 74, 67, 68. Oh, something. What's that one? Proof. Man, I need to organize these better. Because I flip it over so fast. Look, here's her little sister. That doesn't show anything. Yeah, that's her little sister. Okay, you can see it better up here. If you don't have a Drake bust, get one, man. They're awesome. Good luck finding that one. How much? I just got my first 1800. The 1802, $100. Now you take a look at the grade, and we'll go over it if you like. And you'll find that to be an accurate price. Yes, $100. It is good 6 and has a normal reverse. And I can't find those 31S's, either of them. What's this one? Nope. Okay, they run off. Yeah, well, I found them before. I'll find them again. That's all. AG50. AG50. There you go. Pull it. Now this one's a little weaker. Yes, I'll understand that one. 1804. This one is about good. The half cent. This one is AG. Okay. It has a crosslet 4, and check this out. It has stems. Now you'll find the PCS population figures for stems on a crosslet 4 is about 300 units. So it's kind of a weak coin, but it's quite a rare coin, that one, the half cent. Now the price on that one is $50. But on the big one, on Big Sister, I'm saying good 6. And I'll entertain offers. Mine is a half cent. They're nice. You got to get these. I have one. No hurry. 1885, about good, and going for 200 to 350 on the half cent. So you stopped making half cents in the 1850s. What's that? Losing the zoom there. Ah. Well, I can't find the 31S's. I'm sure I'll get them sometime, but I caught a couple of them. What's in that box? Oh, okay, maybe. What's this? How's that pretty? How's that one look? Check out the detail on that one. I will check back with you probably next Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, if you're talking to me, I'll probably be here Tuesday or Wednesday. If you're talking to somebody else, well, the chat is working the way it should. Look at the lines and fields on this. Now, what kind of fruit would you call this? Good morning, JC Will. What kind of fruit would you call this? That's right, a peach. Now, let's put that in the big scope. Nope. Nope. Yep. Okay. Come on. I'll take you and put you away. Okay, this guy right here. Matt, let me get this out of here because you're looking at the ceiling fan of the reflection. Peachy. No, not 65. I'd give it closer to 63. Problem with this one is the color. Okay. And here you got to look in. Oh, look at IGWT. Well, get this darn thing to focus. Now, for some reason, this thing has been tainted. It's been, oh, look at the way the shine is dull. There's no cartwheel on this. This coin has been treated. I don't know how it was treated, but it was poorly treated. Okay, the detail, the quality, the fields, it's a great 63 easily. You do have some fine contact marks. Oh, here, maybe here. Oh, it's just a discoloration here. A couple of contact marks. But the details here. But examine the way this color comes to an end as you approach defilade, where you get into some obstruction. Something treated the surface of this coin, but was unable to get into these fine, crevices. It's a great coin, but the tone is off, the color's off. This one's $85. And same thing with the back. It's dull. There's no luster to it. The life is dead. Everybody's using the word peach. Well, it's an appropriate word, that's why. Was dipped in a hot hydrogen peroxide. Could very well be. I don't bother with cleaning coins. I don't treat them. And here it is. But if it was a hot liquid that it was dipped into, why didn't it get into these cracks? I think hydrogen peroxide would get in. Now, if it was on, say, a Q-tip, then I could see it not getting into these fine spots. So what was it? I don't know. How was it treated? I don't know. What's the coin? Beautiful, and $85. And comes in a snap lock. Depends on how long left in. Could very well be. Seen that on coins before. Yeah, you'll find it every now and again. I mean, the coin's great, but the finish is gone. Depends on what you'll accept. You like a beautiful coin in fantastic shape with all the detail, but it doesn't have the luster. Well, hey, neither does this one. No, that doesn't. This is a Scarface edition right here. Okay. It's got no luster either, but it's also not in great shape. Okay. Yeah, we'll get there. That one's available, nonetheless. Where's my card? Go back to where we were. There's another 31 S around here somewhere. But it took me so long to find that one. I'll be lucky if I can find the other. Who knows? There could be several more on that. I found all kinds of stuff on that desk. Well, that's a good looking 91. Hey. Hey, what do you got there? Right here. What's that line? I'm not seeing it. I was hoping for clash marks. And I'm thinking, no. Dull but nice. Yeah, this girl I knew, she was dull but nice. What do you think of her? Well, she's dull but nice. All right, nothing there. Zinc, probably. 56D, nothing here. Nothing up there. Nothing to see here. Now, if you get that 31S, I'm going to throw this one in with it. All right. Now, granted, it's got a great eagle. It just has no cash value. But that is part of the 31S package. Just send me a reminder. I'll set it right in. Oh, and a 41 large S as your free bonus. Need more coffee. Okay, let's finish up here. We got 3 hours and change into it. Yeah, that's got it. What do we got wrong with this one besides Jesus was here and he shit all over it? 1996. What do we look for? We look inside the columns. I guess we ain't gonna find it in there. What's this one? Not feeling love here. 17 people watching? Man, there's like 4 people when I started. Oh, help. Let's greet them. Hi, everybody. I'm Ken, and these are my pennies. We're just, talking smack about everything we possibly can, usually each other, and prison, and going through a bunch of pennies. And we found some things in here. They've been kind of picked over before and kept aside. So I'm wondering, a lot of these, why did I keep these aside? Could be die chips, die cracks. Might be just really, really shiny. Who knows? We found a couple of RPMs in here. Oh, a couple other things. We find that a large S in a 1941. Some neat stuff. This is nothing that I can tell. Die chips all over Roosevelt's face. We're just talking. See what's going on. Get involved, chat, say hello. Oh, and be sure to click like. And don't forget, tonight we have the Wednesday Wheats at 9:30, where it's $1 per entry, and you can enter as often as you like. And after about an hour, we draw somebody's name from all the entries, and winner take all. I don't see anything wrong with this one. Okay, there. We'll get a little scratch on his neck. Okay, there is something wrong with it. We'll get rid of it. Said Aerosent listed by Wexler. Outstanding. We found a retained cod somewhere here. I don't know where the hell that went. We ought to show that off again. Retained cod obverse. Yeah, this is neat. I found this earlier. And if you look below the vest, you'll see it. We found that earlier. Starts just about 6 o'clock. Comes up, immediately turns right. There's a die chip, and then it goes a little bit more and turns back down to the rim. So we have a retained cod. Ain't that a peach? Well, hello, Ken. What's the face value on those pennies? About $1. It used to be worth a lot more, but inflation and all that. None of those errors are listed. Very good. We make it up as we go along. There is no instruction manual. We have to find it. Some of these dates have thousands of dies were used. Now, these years where there were more and more, more production, you have more dies used, you have a greater chance of errors happening. But you have to consider how the dies themselves are made, and you'll see a pattern over time, right? Where you'll have a few die varieties, and next couple of years you'll have some more, and the next couple of years you'll have more still. Then you have a couple of years where they're just, everything shows up. And what's happening is the tools that are being used to create these dies are wearing down. So they're wearing down more and more over as the production increases. And because they're worn, they have sloppy tools, they're getting more die varieties out of it. What's this one? Right? Now, my estimation says that 2020 should be a really good year for die varieties. That's what my math says. But I want to also, how far do you go? Do you look at the budget, the U.S. Mint, and say, here is where they have a budget for new tools. And you figure once they get the new tools, well, die varieties dry up for a little while. So there's probably a correlation there between the budget, for tools and the number of die varieties. But there is a pattern to it. And it's different at each mint, of course. But over time, it picks up, and then it drops back to nothing. Then it goes back up. And in 1960s, RPMs, now that's different. It's not the tool, because those are punched in by hand, right? You look at the double dies, right? Some of these years have more than others. Here's an example right here. What do you got? 240 RPMs? That's understandable. The guy had cancer. All right, but when you have something like this, where you have 140 different die varieties of reverse doubling, well, clearly you got some machinery that's screwed up. All right, but what do you got in 2010? Nothing. 4. They got new machinery. They replace their tools. What's that up top? It's just the way it's coming together. But you get these years where, the whole world is exploding. And then it calms back down after a while. My buddy's trying to find all of them. They're out there. Just because you have listed varieties does not mean that those are all the varieties. Really, 2014 should have more than have been discovered so far. Just going on the the principle of growth over time. It should have more. You find a year that has fewer than the year before, there's probably more out there, and people are finding them. We got these the pooping horse there, right? There's more than one pooping horse. What the hell's that one I had? It'd be a double die or a die chip, or cracks and buys and everything else that's out there. These retained cuds, right? That's it. That's it. That's the pooping horse. I mean, there's more pooping horses, but nobody's recording the pooping horses, right? So I started to record the pooping horses. This horse pooped. He's right here in the back of his leg. This horse pooped. It's on his tail. He pooped so bad he's got some on his back. The two of them together pooped all over the freaking motto, and it filled the A and the E in the date. Kind of a neat thing. Now that's a valuable. That coin is worth like 7,000. Wait a minute, how much is a new truck? It's worth more. Just got the 1960s small and large dates. Right, he found a lot that I tell him to send in for attribution. Well, it's $5 a piece, to attribute the darn things. Does a 1983 spitting eagle have a different variety? I have a unique one. I don't know, but chances are yours is not unique. It may be that yours is the only one discovered, but they're out there. Like the pooping horse here, there are probably thousands of these with die chips in the silver state, the A&E with die chips on the back of the horse there. Where's that horse's butt? Oh, here in the shoulder, here in the tail. There are probably others where these are lesser because they haven't formed yet, or greater because they've formed and grown. Mine has another correction going off the other wing through the word of. Of, United States of. I like to say pooping. That's really easy. Poopy, pooper. Poopery. Poopish. Look at that proud horse with poop on his head. Is that poop on his head? No, it's not. It's a girl horse. They're all girl horses. I don't know if you notice that. These are all girl. You get the male buffalo, guaranteed. But these are all girl horses. What do they call them? Secretariats? All right. Poop shoot. It's a big poop shoot. Yeah. Okay, let's put that away. But these little varieties, they're out there. Some of them are kind of minor. A lot of them are unrecorded. Just because they're not recorded doesn't mean they don't exist. Somebody had to find the first one. And what I'm finding, I'm putting together this database, right, where I'm trying to cross-reference all of them, trying to cross-reference Konica to Wexler to copper coins. And I'm having a hard time with a lot of these. None of them are complete. A lot of them have one that the others don't. And some have varieties and I can't match them up. Maybe the same one, but I can't, I can't tell, is this one the same as that one, because this one is showing die marker 1 and 2, and this one showing die marker 3 and 4. So how do you straighten it? How do you make everything jive? But there's stuff out there, plenty of things left to discover. And going into, going beyond DDO and DDR and RPM. Is that another one? There it is. There's a whole world of varieties out there. I mean, I like to get into, cracks and cuds and buys. I like the buy errors. I like the big fat die chips on the quarters, because they're everywhere. What's going on there? It's got a big bite out of it. No, that's just doo-doo. Yeah, nothing there. I'm going to be a party pooper. I'm going back to bed. I'm in touch. I'll probably be doing the same soon. I've been saving 2009 cent rolls since 2009. The guy took his 2009s, he put them up online. He sold them for 2 cents a piece and then some. Says he never searched them. And I believe him. Took $15 to turn it into 30, just by picking him out of his pocket change. I'll get a little red dot here. Let's see what the hell that says. It says CFA uploaded a mystery coin giveaway contest. He's got a clue up number 1 to episode 4. I want to check that out. Okay. Look, I'm going to finish up my coffee here. Take a little nap. Clean up my desk. I want to thank you all for stopping in this morning. 17 of you. And we talked a little bit about stuff. Lemonhead Penny says, I also like big fat black crack. Me too. The bigger the better, huh? Oh, there's only one moderator here. Where is, okay, there's 2. They've been gone for an hour already. Yeah, I'm going to call it good, guys. 9 o'clock tonight. Is that right? Yeah, we're going to have the Wednesday wheats. $1 per entry. Get them in early so we can have a good start. All right. Give it an hour. We'll have a big drawing. So Ray, take it easy. Lemonhead, Misfit, JC, Will, everybody else, stay groovy. Ant, take it easy. How do I turn this off now? I think it's this one. Yep, there it is.